You talking shit? Hey, shit, talking shit.
Shit you was talking. All that shit you was talking. Talk shit about it.
You was talking the most shit. You was talking the most shit.
His question is, why you talking shit?
Yeah, what the fuck is going on, shit talkers? My name is Joshua Perez, aka Face Funk, and to my right,
It's your boy Kirby from Kirby's Cups, and I feel on. I feel good. I feel great. I feel blessed. We want to welcome you to the Talking Shit Podcast, episode 37. 37.
We're pumping these motherfuckers out,
Yeah,
Curb.
it's about time. We getting back to our old ways. Like, oh, this is what we want to tell you. For some of the people who was probably listening to us early when we first started our podcast, and we was just like giving y'all, we were just letting off shots like loads. We were like young teenage kids that just figured out like fucking Pornhub
Dick
and
was
shit.
always hard.
Yeah, just ready. And then, you know, we got a little older. We got
used to each other.
Now, what it was is a summertime schedule. But once summertime gets over and we get back into that fall cuffing season, which is creeping. It's creeping, Josh. I don't know if you know, but it's creeping.
It is creeping.
We'll be pumping out more episodes, but we're working on pumping out more.
Let's be honest, guys. Let's be honest. Curb just doesn't have time for that. All right? We're just going to be honest. We're going to be honest, okay? Curb doesn't have time for me, and I'm like the battered woman that accepts that. That's really what it is.
Yo, Cosi, you know what Josh is? Josh is like, Josh is like, when you try to be very nice, you try to be very political, you try to be very just, very straight, straightforward, but trying to be a little finer. Josh just cuts through all the bullshit.
I cut through all the bullshit.
He just gives you what you want.
This is me crying out for help. Okay? I have a loved one that's not treating me the way that I should be treated.
Nah, I apologize, but
it's okay. I accept your apology like I always do.
But I just wanted to throw it out there. But I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. I'm happy. I'm excited about this episode. I'm happy about this week. I'm in a good mood and a good spirit. You know what I'm saying? What
That's
about
good.
you, my brother?
I didn't even ask you about your week, but I'm feeling phenomenal.
Nah, I know. I mean, we're trying to get the kinks off. We're trying to get off our phones. I'm trying to get deep into this situation.
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling fucking phenomenal, man. I got a flight out to Toronto in the morning.
Smelling that L&B too right now.
Are you smelling that pizza?
Yeah, I wasn't
the
hungry.
The aroma is coming.
I did some real female shit where I was like, nah, I'm not hungry.
Yeah,
and then
that's definitely some female shit.
I'm like that.
You know that should be getting me so fucking tight, bro. Like when you got a shorty and you're like, listen, I'm gonna get something to eat. Do you want something? And they're like, no, I'm not hungry. And I'm like, yo. I'll be honest. I learned though because I would just get shit. You know what? That might be why when I go out to eat, I just buy everything. I really do.
So you try to say that's corresponding to your weight?
I'm traumatic.
Okay.
I'm traumatized.
So you say that you're such a good-hearted person. You're such a good-hearted person. You want to give so much.
It's PTSD. It's like PBSD, post-traumatic bitch disorder. Like I was with these bitches and like. I'm traumatized. You know what I'm saying? Like it's.
He's like, yo, even by myself, I gotta get extra food just in case.
Just in case, like a bitch might pop and be like, yo, I'm hungry. I'm like, oh man,
pop up on your ass like a raccoon at night.
Yeah, try to. You know what I mean? Damn.
Yeah,
we calling bitches raccoons now.
We get
wax on for one episode.
You see, this is what you do. You see, I didn't even make those correlations. I didn't even go there with it. You just want to just go
100%.
You want to go straight there with it.
I am here to throw you under bus.
Nah, fuck all that, man.
It's okay.
We're not doing that.
I had a great week.
Yeah,
tomorrow I have a flight out to Toronto.
Oh, we're talking about that.
Yeah.
It's for something dope too.
It's something cool. Yeah. I stay away from work. But it's for something.
I hate when you do that. You can't even just get out of work smoothly. Like you can't even get out of a work conversation smooth.
No, I didn't want to.
You bring it up so quick.
You want to know why I say that intention? I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you one of the biggest reasons. If I have someone who hires me ever listen to this, I want to make sure they know I will not talk about them on this podcast. You know what I'm saying? I don't. I stay away from that.
I got you.
Someone fuck around and be like, oh, I ain't trying to. We can't hire this guy.
No, but one thing that I did say that was dope when we were talking about going to Toronto was just like it's really cool, just inspiring as fuck. Like I know that's what we talked about, like. Teenage, young 20 shit, like, yo, how dope would it be to have clients that fly us out, get paid, 100%. Be around people that we look up to and shit like that.
We glowed up.
So
we definitely glowed up.
I appreciate that and I respect that. So that sounds like a good fucking week. Nothing else really too exciting other than work?
Work, man.
Yeah,
I just had a bunch of shoots come up. That's really it. Like I just did work.
Yeah, I'm really like I wanted to, we spoke about this, so like going over the week. I was really I want to before we start this show, I want to get this out real quick. I got a little public service announcement.
Okay.
I want to apologize a little bit to my to our female audience a little
Hold
bit
on,
that
hold
may
on.
have. I'm speaking for myself.
No,
This isn't-
I
this
want
isn't
you to
Josh.
speak for yourself. Give me
This
one
isn't Josh.
second.
This
I want to
isn't
do
Josh.
this. I want to do this to something. So can you just?
Oh, you try to set up a background music?
Can I? Will you let me?
I mean, as long as it's appropriate for the tone of
I
what I
think
want
it's
to,
super
of what
appropriate,
I
bro.
want to reach in this particular moment.
Are you ready?
I'm ready. I'm trying
All
to
right.
give my heart and my soul here.
All right,
to our
get
people.
started. Start.
So yeah, so like I said, I just want to make a special announcement. This is coming from Kirby. This is not from Josh. Josh is a piece of shit. But you know, ladies, we care about you, and we know that you guys, you ladies play an important role into what we do, into what we create, and I know in the past 2-3 episodes we've kind of gone a little off the rails, but we want to let you know that we think about you, we care about you, and we'll come from a good place. So from the Talking Shit podcast, from Kirby, we love you and we always respect you, girl.
Man, fuck these bitches, man. What the fuck you out here apologizing?
Yo, I was dead thinking about that the whole fucking time, yo. I just didn't want to be rude. I didn't want to be rude. I was fucking weird.
Oh, listen, man. We can't be backtracking out here, Curb. Okay.
You know what I do? I just try to balance this bitch out.
I understand. You enjoy getting pussy. That's really what it is. You're just trying not to fuck that up.
It's been a good run. It's been a good run in all these years. Had a good run. There's certain things you just want to keep in motion. You want to keep it going.
Yes.
Oh man. But
let's segue into. We have a guest.
Yeah, we have a guest on.
We have a guest, and we go into these little pockets where we get some dope people to come on the podcast. Then we do some solos. Then we did some dope people. This is one of those times where we got some dope people, dope person to be on the podcast. So we got my man Cosi from the Run the Tape podcast who's joining us. Yo, Cosi, what's up, Cosi?
What's going on, man?
How you feeling?
I'm feeling great, man.
You came honestly. You just like your entrance into that was the smooth. Like, what's going on, man?
That's it.
That was
how you
real
gotta
smooth.
be.
Cosi, let me be
Yeah.
honest with you. Are you conscious of your smoothness?
Absolutely.
You gotta be conscious of
Absolutely.
it. I feel like it's something you have to be aware of. You have to know, like, I'm trying to be on my
it's
shit.
It's not real. I mean, it's real.
You got a butter voice. It's like butter.
Smooth, man.
I feel you.
Radio shit.
Exactly.
Radio shit. Nah,
I'm practicing right now.
I was hyped that you was gonna be on the show. Josh told me some great things. I know he was on your show.
Absolutely. It's a pleasure to have him.
I made their show tends to really steer into music.
Yeah.
And I definitely added to that, but I definitely added some other shit into that.
He was veering like shit. You see how I wax? I was pulling the wax and I was like,
I got a little out
And
of
no
pocket.
lie, like I love Josh to death. Josh knows this, we brothers. But whenever I need like maybe some music kind of advice or talk,
Don't disrespect me on
Josh
this
ain't the
podcast.
main guy.
Don't disrespect
I love
me on
him
this
though. I love him though.
Josh ain't the
I love him though.
No.
I love him though.
He's disrespecting me right now. You know what it is? Is the relationship between me and him?
Yeah,
we
we don't have that music. See, this is what it was. We don't have a music
listen to
relationship.
music.
So when he was like, "Yo, I'm gonna get on this shit. I'm gonna talk some music," I'm like, "Yo, what are you gonna talk about? Like, what about music you gonna talk about?"
You know what it is that me and you don't have the repertoire where we bond with music.
Yeah.
Like I have other friends that I bond with music. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Me and you bond in other areas. That's okay.
Yeah. But you know what it was? I think this is what it was. I think when I started to figure out we have different tastes in music at the moment. When he told me at the moment his favorite artist, and I respected it, but I just never was tapped into
What did I
it.
say
He
was my
said
favorite artist?
Immortal Technique.
He's one of my
I said,
favorite.
"Oh, okay, Immortal Technique is one of your favorite artists." All right, cool.
But this was also when I was 18.
Yeah, I mean that's how we first kind of bonded.
I know, but what I'm saying is like I evolved. You know what I mean?
But
Like
that
at that moment, I was really digging Immortal Technique.
That's a good basis to be in. But yeah, I was excited to get you on the show but I was excited more so because you said your show is very music based.
it is.
Yeah.
It's called Run the
All
Tape.
music.
It's very Run the Tape. And you talk about current, past.
All of that. We usually touch into what's going on in the genre right now. We talk about new releases, new projects, but we like to also take user questions too. A lot of people dig back, and that's the thing that I'm starting to notice right now. A lot of people love to dig back and talk about music that's already come and gone. So we may be talking about a new project that's already released, but then the question that a guest will have, or somebody, one of our listeners will be touching on like Nas,
Got you.
or what was the best project like back in the day.
Nostalgia stuff.
Exactly.
Got you. So I want to just say, I hope you're cool and comfortable to know that we're going. But the first thing we're gonna go off on, I want to go off with my man brought it to the table. How comfortable you with dudes getting their ass ate out here in 2018?
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
You cool with that? You
Yeah,
about
I'm cool
that?
with that.
Yeah, I wanted to start off the rails.
time.
Okay, I want to go.
Nigga, cool. You trying to call me? You trying to make me uncomfortable?
Nah, we going off the rails. We going off the rails.
Let's go.
We going off the rails. I want to make sure that because I know
I'm
you.
cool with that,
You know, we gonna talk about that good shit, that real raw shit.
I'm not mad at it.
Yeah.
I think that let's open it up.
Have you taken it off the table yet or not? It's still on the table?
It's always been on the
It's
table.
been on the table. Has anybody played with it yet since it's been on the table?
No one plays with my butt curb.
I'm just saying.
It's not. There's a difference between getting your ass ate and getting your ass played with. I don't get my ass played with,
bro.
You know what I'm saying?
Wait, hold up. Y'all talking semantics here now, motherfuckers.
No.
So hold on. You saying if
Listen,
a girl
tongue.
is fondling your asshole with her tongue?
That's not playing with my ass.
That's not playing with your. What do you do when you
You
play
know what
the?
that is?
How you play a motherfucking?
That's collateral damage.
The fruit. I mean the flute.
No. That's just collateral damage, like area effect, bro. She's just licking that area. She just so happens to end up on my asshole.
Exactly.
It's just a byproduct of oral.
No.
Exactly.
If you getting your ass ate, you can say a girl's playing with my asshole.
No, you can't.
That's
Absolutely not.
I'm calling that.
I just don't think that's a thing. When I think of playing with something, I think of like my hands, my
fingers
fingers.
in,
You know what I'm
like-
saying? Like
But when you got your tongue,
Insertion, all types of shit.
You know how you play with
when
your
you play
foot?
with a toy, you use your mouth.
Depends on the toy.
What the Hold on, what kind of toy you playing with?
What I'm playing?
toys you playing with?
What I'm
Kurt?
playing with a kid's clarinet.
You don't play. You're playing it in the music way. That's different. You're playing it musically.
Okay.
That's different.
Okay.
You're not
But
playing with
but
it.
you
though.
use
You
your
don't
mouth.
play
You
with
use your
an
mouth.
instrument.
You use your mouth.
You don't play with an instrument. You play an instrument. Right.
So you say, so you want to?
So if you want to use that terminology, they're playing my asshole like a fucking fiddle. And I mean, what do you want me to say? You know, they're not playing with my asshole. They're playing my asshole
play your asshole like a fucking fiddle.
like a fiddle.
Oh man.
I will argue semantics with you all day. I will not allow you to say my asshole's being played. Matter of fact, I never even got my ass ate yet. I'm still a ass eating virgin out here. I'm like, call me Mary, bro. I'm innocent in these streets.
Oh man. I just
Have you put it on the table? Is the question.
I haven't put it on the table. No. It's not. It's
You're
not. It's
disrespectful.
not on the table. It's not on the table.
Question your manhood.
So
I'm switching
This
shit.
is how we switch it.
Yeah,
This is how we
bro.
switch it.
I'm switching. You know, fuck it.
Like yo,
All 2018.
You're not a man. You're not getting your ass ate.
We
dog.
don't got. We're changing gender standards all 2018, dogs.
Facts.
You ain't a man if you ain't out here getting your butt ate.
Fuck these social standards.
That's what I'm
I
saying.
respect
whatever
it.
we
I
want.
respect it.
You know?
I
Reciprocal.
respect it. And we were talking about social standards earlier.
Were we?
About
Yeah,
hairlines,
that's true.
bodies.
Yo, that's something I definitely wanted to talk about. And when it comes to things that women do to their bodies and the things that men do to their bodies in terms of cosmetic enhancement. See with Safari? See how we got smoked?
Smoke.
And you know what's crazy? He got smoked. And for that, y'all listening, this is late enough where y'all know everything that happened. So I don't think we got to explain it too much. But just
I mean, you give him the gist, quick gist.
Nicki Minaj came out and was on Funk's Flex show and was saying how she paid like 10 racks for him to get a surgery for his hairline to get pulled down.
Basically trying to, it's basically
Try to
like
shit on him.
it's like a softer way of saying your dick is little. I don't know, like a.
I think it's worse.
You think I feel like your dick is little is go to number one. And then your hairline or something about your hair is like as a sex. What do you think about
Let's
Cosi?
keep-
Like in terms of insults?
Your dick is small. Your dick is small is number one.
Number one.
Your hairline being fucked up is like a
They go
like
to
1B.
1B.
No, I'm
Yeah,
sorry,
it's like a 1B.
Here's the
like-
thing though about someone who says your dick is small, right? If someone says your dick is small, to be real,
I
Twitter
still
ain't
be.
gonna go ham. That's a fact.
No, but I'm saying I'm not saying that. I'm saying of exploding. I'm not saying, but I'm saying in terms of trying like a woman trying to like hit your
Like
ego.
an old moment.
Oh,
Like
with
a-
a feed.
Yeah. So I'm saying in terms of an
Yeah.
insult, they'll go either with the dick is little
Yeah.
or they'll go with the hairline. The fact that we can actually fix a hairline, now they judging us.
I mean, like,
Some
what would you do?
bullshit.
Let's say if like your man's getting into an argument with his girl,
Yeah.
and like it's you and like it's like maybe 4 or 5 of y'all, like y'all dudes, all dudes, your homies, right? And your
Wait,
homie
you saying you wait, say it again.
it's you and your homies.
Okay.
And one of your homies, right, is getting into an argument with his girl, and
On
it's
the phone, in person?
in
What's going on?
person, right there,
yeah.
and she's like, "That's why your dick is little."
Over.
No one in his group of friends is gonna say, "Oh," they're all gonna be like, "That's embarrassing."
Yeah, like
it's like you walking away.
Like there's no
Yeah.
there's no slander. It's just gonna be silently
silent, like
uncomfortable.
yeah.
But if she was to say,
or if you got the kind of friends to be like, you dick little motherfucker.
it could be that too. But I don't. As men, I feel like we all respect that in a way where we're like,
Now's not the time.
I'm gonna walk away.
Now's not the
It's
time.
like the time.
It's not the time.
Yeah, but like, boy, you know what? You need to internalize that. We're gonna walk away from that.
You know
Handle that.
and you know what it
Yeah.
you know it hurt like the dude's feelings if he looked back mad quick as soon as he says the
I know,
comment to get the reaction.
And all you know, all his friends are gonna do. All his friends are gonna do this.
Now look.
They're all gonna look away.
My shit ain't little, bro. My shit ain't. Let me show you my shit. Let me show you my
relax,
shit,
bro. Relax, bro.
Niggas gonna
Don't be pulling out your beats, bro. Listen, don't go Louis C.K. on me right now, okay? But now imagine if someone got their hairline cooked. All they peoples is gonna be like, oh, it's just gonna be a riot.
Yeah.
So you know what I'm saying in terms of reaction.
So as a reaction, I could see, but I could say like I was just bringing it up in the sense of like it's funny that's a go to. You know, we lose our hairline.
Well, because those are two areas of you know, of just machismo that we have.
That they know that
specifically for people of color.
Yeah,
for real, like
because those are the two areas that we criticize the most.
Yeah,
fucked up haircuts, small dicks. That's it. One of the two. It's either you getting shot for one, it's over.
We're just all about looks. Either your sex ain't got to be popping, or you got to be looking popping out here in these streets. Man. Fuck everything else.
Damn, I'm 0 for 2.
No, you got hair.
I'm out here.
You got hair.
Bro.
I just don't. I get haircuts like every 3 months because I be busy.
Yeah. I mean, you definitely are more on a.
I don't care about my hairline as much.
You.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Barber fuck up my hairline, I might fight him, but I'm just like, I don't care.
You're like a gentrified client. You're like a client that usually only gets their haircut like
every once in a while,
like a hipster kind of guy.
Yeah, but when I get a haircut, I get my barber like $80. You know what I'm saying?
Damn, humble brag. I need a humble brag button. I need a buzzer.
First off, you're not. I can't let you be out here calling me a gentrifier and I can't come back and say I be blessing my barber. You know what I'm saying? Like, I gentrify, but I bring the economy's up because of me, G. All right, so let's. You know what I'm saying?
$80 haircuts.
You know what I'm saying? Shit. I just gotta be. I gotta off put it somehow. You shitting on me, and I just gotta come back. I'm reactionary. My humble brags be reactionary.
It's funny though, because this is coming from. I'm not. How's your hair? How's your hair doing?
It's good.
Hair's good.
We good.
Your hair's good.
He didn't remove the hat, so I don't know.
My hair's finished. My hair's finished. So I just go with my shit is I got the real. I'm going with the Bruce Willis, Jason. What's it called?
Jason Statham.
Yeah, I'm on my transporter look, just low haircut.
The thing is, you gotta. I don't want to say pause because this is the first time I actually wanted to say because I was gonna say something very gay.
Very.
You got a nice shaped head.
Thank you, bro.
You got a nice shaped head. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. I'm glad it's like it's round. There's no dents in it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
so you took our time to look at my head.
I have.
And appreciate.
Well, because I've looked at you as my friend and I said, "Can my man's pull off a baldy?"
Got you.
And I looked at your head. I'm like, "You could definitely pull off a baldy.
I appreciate.
You can.
I appreciate that.
You'll be all right.
That. So
just don't ever shave the beard.
Nah, I never. Oh man,
I've seen you with no beard.
Yeah, it's not a good look. But long story short, but my whole thing is, so that's my thing. But I don't knock dudes. So I'm just gonna speak from the perspective as a bald motherfucker, because I'm the only balding motherfucker here. I ain't knocking dudes that wanna like do the. I mean, me personally, I think motherfuckers should just own up to it. Yo, if you going bald, you going bald. But maybe that's just my bald hater side coming to like, yo, fuck that. Don't even try to prove yourself, nigga. Be part of this bald family club where we at. We all bald out here, B.
If we never did this episode, and I was like, yo, Curb, I just came into some bread. I got a few racks I could throw on this. Yo.
I don't think so.
Or matter of fact, I was like, yo, I got a friend that's doing it for free.
Let me put a few racks down on your hairline.
Yeah.
Nah, you know what? I think because
I'm gonna invest in you.
In turn, like, one, I feel like I'd be looking crazy because first I'd be like that motherfucker be like, yo, what happened to that bald ass head you had, motherfucker?
Be like, yo, first off, don't question God's work, G. All right,
God's plan.
But you know now with the whole hairline thing, like, do you have man weave?
I've seen that.
Like, so now you got.
I've seen that. So my whole shit is that I'm not even knocking dudes that do it. Either own it or just like if you're gonna get your hair fixed and done, just own that you getting your hair fixed and done. Like, own that shit.
Oh,
be that motherfucker. Just
so you're saying that
you be on the Bosley commercial?
Obligado, they gotta say
like be the guy at the before and after.
Yeah,
you want them to be the face of.
Don't really like try to front like. Don't talk like your shit is real. Like, don't be like, yeah, son, like really flossy your shit.
Your haircut never changes.
Hold on.
Why your haircut? Yeah, what? Like
never
your
change.
top shit of your head never grows. Like your side grows only.
You're disrespectful. I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna keep it 100. If I'm investing that money, I'm flexing like that shit is authentic.
I get that.
12 racks? You see my shit's crisp. You know what I'm saying? Like, first off, you know
what?
Your
shit's plastic.
You know what I'm saying? Yo, I paid for it. Crisp. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, you know when people get tattoos? You know when they get tattoos, they be on IG stories like, get an angle. Like, your tattoos on your lower back. How you even getting an angle? Like, what the fuck?
You know why I'm mad? Because I feel like motherfuckers is using, like, Barbie's haircut kit to cut their hair. With that bullshit hair. They got that doll hair they be putting up on top of
I'm not letting you disrespect the kings out here trying to be better versions of themselves.
No, I'm not knocking it. I'm not knocking it. It was just.
Do you talk down women like this when they get everything done?
No, I appreciate it.
Yeah, so appreciate the men that get it done too.
We all need upkeep.
Right?
Well, fuck that.
I'm supporting body positivity.
You know what? You ain't shit.
Why?
I'm out here trying to support. We definitely two opposites.
You ain't trying to support shit.
I be supporting the women, pro women over here. And you out here like, nah, fuck that.
No. I support men.
Yes, I'm saying. Yes, I'm saying. We balance each other out here.
Yeah. You're super pro woman. I feel it.
Yeah.
I'm pro woman also, but I'm pro everyone. I'm equal to everyone. Yo, if women can get their body done, a man can get his body done. Don't get me wrong. If a man goes out and gets their ass done, that'd be a little weird. A little odd.
Get their ass bleached?
Get their asshole bleached?
So
a little weird.
So they can get their asshole played with.
That'd be a little weird.
Okay.
I don't know how I'd feel about it. How would you feel about that? Like, yo, Cosi, what would you do if one of your man's just like, yeah, my bad, I was in an appointment. Oh, oh, you all right? Everything good? He's like, yeah, just get my asshole bleached. What'd you do? What would your reaction
Nothing.
be?
I'm just log it in the bank if I never heard that shit.
just throw it in the back of the memory bank.
You know what I'm saying? Like the trauma box.
You throw it in the box of trauma. That's it. That's just going away.
That's just never
happened.
Yeah,
let's file this one away. Let's file this one.
You're a good friend because I'd be like, no. Let's rewind that. We need to talk about this.
No. You can't even say anything because at the end of the day, if eating ass is on the table for you,
yeah.
If a motherfucker wants to get his asshole bleached, he might be wanting to get it bleached for his significant other. Maybe she wants a more a natural skin color asshole.
I'm just keeping it a buck right now with you, Curb. You're only doing this because I did this to you.
Of course.
That's the only reason why you're doing it. Because first off, you don't even want to get your butthole touched. So you can't be out here defending the butthole warriors. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't.
No, you don't. But you see how my philosophy is like, even when you get your head done anything, if you don't do it, own it, motherfucker. Just be it.
You gotta own the bleach butthole.
Own the bleach. If you get your asshole, you just get your fucking butthole bleached, bro.
That's
you got
crazy.
your girl out here eating a fucking prune raisin over here.
That's fine. That's it.
She loves
First off, if my girl is willing to eat my asshole and she tells me to get it bleached, I'm like, you ain't really a ride or die. All right? Because bleach is not organic, and I'm not trying to put that inorganic stuff in my body.
You trying to give her organic ass?
That's it. She get organic 100%. I got to get me a gentrifying bitch.
Non-GMO?
Non-GMO.
Non-GMO assholes.
Or organic butthole. That's it.
No lie. Even though this might be off topic or going to the next topic, I remember early on when I was a fat ass, being a fat fuck, what really like changed my life was learning about non-GMO and organic shit.
Yeah, like really? Did that change? You lost weight
like documentary, because I started seeing a lot of documentaries about like just what it was. It was like food shit. I would see a lot of food documentaries about the food and about certain things, and then it really was one of the game. Well, I'm not gonna say it was the one thing, but it was definitely one of the pebbles or one of the snowflakes in the avalanche that kind of like set everything off.
This is actually something I want to get into because you are a former fat guy.
Former fat fuck.
You are a former fat guy.
Yeah. I used to be 200 pounds when I was at my highest.
Yeah, but you were also you were short and young.
Yeah, I was short and I was young. Yeah, so
because 200 pounds don't sound like a lot. Because I'm over 200. Well, I'm 230. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I'm heavier than you were. You're heaviest.
So, and you're taller. So you got an inch or two on me, right?
Yeah.
So I'm 5'6". Let's say so at like 5'4", 5'3", I'm pushing 180, 190, in the close to the 200 range.
Yeah.
Until like the age of 19, 20 is when it shifted.
And you're not built big, so I could tell like if you were gained a lot of weight, like it shows on you.
Yeah.
So like being a heavyset guy, Cosi, you're a big guy. You're in the fat club with me, so me and you were chilling there. Like there were a lot of challenges that I had as far as like without. I don't have it as much anymore because I became a lot more confident in my own skin. You know what I'm saying? But as a man, I feel like a lot of it is overlooked.
Yeah, I wanted to even bring this up and just get your perspective, Cosi. Like just the whole like what's men's philosophy on like weight loss or kind of how it's depicted, and especially like in media or like in social media and everything. I feel like when it comes to men and caring about their weight loss or anything like that, it could either seem like either when it goes one or two ways. Is either you got to be like, I feel like you either got to be super macho, like you got to be a super brolic motherfucker.
Like one of them T-Mobile motherfuckers?
Yeah, T-Mobile motherfuckers. Yeah, Matt Brolic working at T-Mobile.
Working at a phone store.
Working at T-Mobile.
Or about to rip off.
Or you're just like you're puny or whatever, and you're not like
the remote control folks.
Yeah, exactly.
Looking like
exactly. And just kind of like what's kind of I want to kind of dig a little deep into like the philosophy. Like I'll be vulnerable for a second and bring up the reason why I initially really wanted to lose weight. So I always wanted to lose weight, but this was really like, and it's gonna be funny as fuck, but this was one of the trigger moments for me in my life. I was it was around, I can't remember what age, but this is when Nelly's song was out. hot in here.
Okay, we're setting the mood.
It's getting hot in here. Remember that? Take
if I had the instrumental on key, I would have made that as the background music.
So I remember I was already growing up. I already went through high school. And I'm like, damn, you becoming a young man now. You after high school, you're like, all right, cool. What I'm gonna do with my life, shit like that. You thinking about girls. You thinking about all this kind of shit or whatever. You wanted to get chicks. I had my difficulties on getting girls in high school, just being overweight and confidence and all that kind of shit. And then I remember watching that video. And if anybody, that's what it was. It was the video. So I remember watching the video, and I saw that video, and it's hilarious. But I saw people having fun, taking off their clothes, motherfuckers, jag girls looking all crazy. And I said, damn, if I want chicks like that, if I want to live that life, I got to get in shape. Yo, no lie, that was one of the main triggers that I remember starting to do push-ups. I started running every single day, and I went ham, and I just ended up losing. It took me like a whole summer and almost a year to lose all the weight.
So what you're telling me is pussy motivated you?
Yeah, at that age. I mean, yeah. It definitely was like,
I want some of that pussy, and I can't get to it.
I feel like
I can't climb that mountain in the shape I'm currently in
at all. And I was never one of those, like, I would say, quote unquote gordos, in the sense of, like, I think there's heavy set dudes that, like, carry their weight very well. It's just they got that swagger. That's just them. I mean, when they're my friends, and I always said it like this, I'd be like, yo, bro, get in shape, because I know what the health is doing. Exactly. But in terms of, like, your swagger, they just had the swag. I didn't have, like, I had swag as a young kid. I always dressed fly, but internally I didn't feel confident. I didn't feel my best self.
Every fat kid when I was in school dressed fly. I feel like that was the compensation.
Oh no, I feel like there was two. There was two guys.
Or there was
the dress fly guys.
Yeah.
Or there was the guys with their sneaker was healing all the way to one side.
Yeah.
No, but you know what I'm saying.
If I can be humble for a moment, man, like that shit bothers me. Yeah. Every time I see a fat dude, like a big dude that's sloppy, it bothers the fuck out of me. Because I'm like, bro, you already know, like, socially what's already against this. Yeah. Why are you giving them more of a reason? Like, it's already, you're out of shape, you're big, you're overweight, whatever. But at least, like, people already have the perception that you don't care about your appearance because you're big. Yeah. So take that extra step. Like, care about your grooming. Care about your attire. Be the flyest one in the room. Be the swaggiest one in the room. Yeah. Speak well. Speak eloquently. Be educated. Yeah. Like, let that be the only fucking thing, bro.
So they don't even bring that up as, like, to try to discredit you for anything.
Because everything else is like, yo, but that's that nigga, though. Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what you gonna say? Okay, he's, all right, like, but he's still that dude, though.
Yeah. There's the third one that we're missing out on. And this is the one that I was. So that's why I was fat, but I was funny.
Oh, yeah. You gotta be funny. Yeah, funny.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I took care of myself, but I was a chubby. Because I was never fat. Like younger, I lost a lot of weight. But when I was, like, chubby, I was chubby. So when I was the chubby funny kid. So I was always funny. Like, I always had everyone laughing, making jokes. I was that.
And I think I remember that too, being like a go-to. Not even a defense mechanism, but as a tool to use to get cool with people. Be funny. Be funny. You know, be funny. Like, make fun of your own weight or whatever. You know, self-deprecating shit, just so you could, make jokes and be part of certain shit like that. And I remember part of it was like, it was funny, but there was also sometimes the jokes was like, damn, I really don't want to be a fat fuck though.
You made a joke about yourself and inside there's a tear falling. You ever see that meme? You ever see the meme where the mask is on and then behind the mask it's just crying?
Or the fucking frog with the tear on his fucking face.
That was you?
Yeah, low-key Arthur hand.
Yeah, low-key Arthur hand while I say the joke. Ha.
Grip it tight and shit.
Yeah. Oh, man, bro.
Man, I remember one of my earliest memories of the fact that I was a fat kid was that I didn't like to get in the pool with no shirt. I would get in the pool with a shirt on.
Wife beater season.
Wife beater. Yeah, always. Like, I was like 10, 11 years old, chubby as fuck, and I wouldn't get in the pool. Yo, Cosi, give me your perspective on this. We're sharing about this. I want to hear about your perspective on this. Talk.
I mean, as I said, I'm very familiar with wife beater season. I get it. If you're sleeping with me, then it's not a problem for you or whatever. If you're on my body list, it's not an issue for you. But
still beat though.
If it's the public, I still beat though. And from the public perception, you just don't want to expose yourself to. It's almost like breastfeeding.
Yeah,
it's like nobody wants to see that in public.
You think so?
I mean,
I think some people, there be people like that.
Take some, like, if you see a big dude or a fat dude at the pool, bro, like, if he walks past, like, people is,
they're watching,
coming for his neck.
Yeah.
People's coming for his neck. Like, oh my God, why does he not cover up?
Yeah.
I remember, low key, no lie, bro. Like, I remember I stayed at my father's house, and I'll never forget this shit. I had on shorts and I had like this. I was smaller, but I still had the same like body shape. So I had my shirt off, and my own dad, like he asked me, like I remember it was him. He was living with him, his wife, and my 2 sisters, and I remember he asked me. He said that he wanted me to wear a shirt when I walked around the house.
Oh shit!
Like, you know what I'm saying? And from there, like I was immediately programmed to be like.
Was it because of your weight, or was it because it was?
Yeah.
That's
because if I was fit, slender, like a little steak motherfucker, then it wouldn't have mattered.
Yeah, it wouldn't have been a big
deal.
But
then because I was bigger, then obviously now like it's offensive.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? It's now it's offensive to, and some people also think like that too. It's offensive for you to be big.
Yeah, I'm saying I experienced that person. I know what that feels like. Yeah, like when I used to be like one of the big kids around a bunch of skinny kids, no shirt on, all that crazy. When you was a fat kid with no shirt on, it's kind of like, yo, put a shirt on. Like either they'll say it or you can see their face.
You feel
that energy, just like you don't feel as proud or confident, or So I definitely remember those moments tremendously. Like that's And did you say before that your name ties into the way?
Yeah, COMFYCOSI. That was it. Because really, I had more of an awakening. Once I went to university, once I went to school.
What school you went to, by the way?
I went to Morgan State University, historically black college out of Baltimore. HBA. And when I went there, I it wasn't until I went to school that I realized like, no, bitches love you.
Yeah.
Like that's
the confidence.
Yeah, that's when like so the person that you see today was birthed the moment I walked into those steps. Yeah. Because then I realized like, wow, like there's a demographic of women that enjoy me. There's a region. Yeah, of course, there's always gonna be bitches that are like, nah, never fuck with no fat nigga. But then you have chicks that are like, you know what, but Brandon, like, but you're like right there. Like I was all for the right there bitches.
Yeah.
Like anything past you, I'm good. Like anything past you,
I'll take the right there bitches.
I'll take the right there bitches.
There.
Like anything past you, I'm good. But everything before you is straight. But you're like, you told this real line, and we talked about. Being able to balance out, whatever weight issues you have, being able to compensate with other things.
Yeah.
And which makes you more attractive.
Yeah.
Because of those other characteristics.
There was something that happened the other day. We were both on IG, right? And we were both on a live.
Yeah, that was crazy.
A fellow podcaster, a podcasting group, which was a Horrible Decisions. One of the hosts was on there. I fuck with both of them heavy. But she had shared an opinion that you felt like you felt something personal from. Yeah, like I want you to share what you felt in that particular moment.
Which one was that?
Because I felt it too. I think it was. I might have been. I'm not even sure. So, we don't have to give a name to whoever said it, but I know it's one of them.
But yeah, we was on the live and we was talking about dick sizes, and she went through like who had a big dick and who doesn't have a big dick, so whatever. And I remember distinctly, she was like, "Yo, fat niggas and African niggas got little dicks," and immediately. It was like a meme. Like my hand hit my chest.
like that, like the heart.
Why it gotta be like that though?
Like why I gotta be like that, bro? Shit. Like you know what I'm saying? And then I said to myself, and no lie, like my entire life, I've always, especially nowadays with this fucking like this sexual, this perverseness that we see nowadays. You got motherfuckers out here 14-inch this and 11-inch that. And now every chick with like you gotta remember like the female's vagina is very shallow.
Yeah.
But then they want to feel like your shit in your fucking throat, bro. So now that's like the new thing, right?
They want that shit hanging onto your knees, bro.
Yeah, and you be like, yo, you can't even like, bro, like
we had this conversation.
Stop.
Honestly, tell a bitch right now, to tell you what 8 inches look like, and they'll be like, they have a very interesting view of like what inches look like and what in their mind.
You know what? I think, and if we're gonna get like a little bit of the psyche of it, I think I look at it like for women, huge dicks is kind of like how us fellas will probably look at big ass and big tits.
Nah.
In this sense, this is what I mean. Just
Okay.
dig with me. I think there's sometimes where there's situations where a guy or a girl would do her ass, but she would, let's say if a girl does ass, she'll do it too fucking big, too fucking huge. But there'll be guys that'll be like, yeah, I want a big old fat chunky ass, some big old fat ass. And let's just say, let's be real. Let's say he knows he's packing like, let's say 4 inches. Let's just say, right? You can't handle no big old fat ass.
That's a -2.
Like you can't reach. So I think it's more of just, I think women like to glorify huge dicks, because that's like kind of how we glorify a big old fat ass or a big old tits. Not every girl. I mean, I'll be honest, there's been girls that don't have fat asses and tits that I fucked with. It's just more they got a pretty face, they cool personality, whatever, shit like that. So I think that's the deep psyche of like why big dicks is such a
commodity.
Yeah, such a thing that we reach for.
And I think it's just because it's that social. We talked about.
Wait, let me correct that. Not that we reach for, that women reach for.
Well, big dicks. Here's the thing. I know.
I said it.
I didn't do it to you though.
Let me catch
Yeah, we just moved on.
I let him go. I let you go on that. You didn't even have to
You
acknowledge
actually
that,
did it to
be honest.
yourself.
You did.
No, I feel like I had to because whoever's listening right now, they're in the car.
They correct themselves.
And they did that. They did that. What?
The look I just gave you. I let it live. But here's the thing. I think historically, dicks for the most part have been like penises is it's synonymous with masculinity.
Absolutely.
So the problem, not even, I don't want to say the problem is, but the thing is that about it, even if you go into it, if we can get really real, a lot of especially in African art, the male penis, the penis in general symbolizes fertility, and the larger the penis, the more fertile, the more you create life, and they use this as that idea of masculinity and the ability to create life. And then if you go into other art, they actually, in other cultures, small dicks were considered more aesthetically pleasing. It's really weird. If you want to get it, like, there's a real weird culture. And then here's the thing. The only people that make a big deal about dick sizes are minorities. People of color are the one that make it a bigger issue.
I mean, that's not to say that white, like,
yeah, I
people,
think the white they be like, yo, I want some.
but
big
that's
old
because,
curve.
but that's they're following a trend.
Okay.
Yes.
That's not what they didn't
hopping
have,
on.
They didn't have that energy. Like, remember, like, it's like the fat ass. They didn't have that energy in the beginning.
Yeah,
It's a fact. But now that they see that that's the way, they like, and then they get it. Then they're like, oh, they just bandwagon.
So you see what I'm saying? They're
bandwagons.
just jumping on to the bandwagon. Exactly. So the thing is about, it's really like this idea of a minority. Here's the thing. I don't want to get too deep into this.
I want to ask. I want to bring up a point.
Just to finish up and tie this up real quickly. Minorities historically live in poverty, and the thing is about it is we can't live on to what we have.
We need big shit.
I'm just giving it a buck.
We need a lot of shit.
We can't hold on to our financial dominance, so the only things that we have are these little small things that we consider wins. Dick size, the amount of women that we fuck, things that are so fucking, like, that are really
to overcompensate.
valueless, right? But we overcompensate for the things that we don't have when it comes to actual power. So these are the things that we look for. Like when you go into other cultures, like Norwegian culture, you go into culture Scandinavia, you go into Europe, they don't give a fuck about that because at the end of the day, they have this that exists already systematically. I'm gonna get away from this. You know, I don't really get into this mode in this particular podcast. But y'all know I'll be woke.
But I wanted to because you start talking about, like, I guess stereotypes, and you said with bigger dudes. Do you, I guess, what is the word? How am I trying to phrase this question? I guess, are you okay with the stereotype? They say fat dudes eat good pussy, or they eat pussy a lot, or like fat dudes and pussy.
That's true.
That just goes hand in hand.
That just goes hand in hand. So we know how to use our mouth, bro.
I gotta call out the double standard here.
What's up?
Is the stereotype only good if it's good?
What do you mean?
Like, that's a good stereotype.
That is a good stereotype.
You know what I'm saying? But then Mandy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You can't pick and choose.
Yeah.
You can't pick.
No,
you can't
but
pick the
that-
shit
but that's always
flatters
been-
you.
I think you could say it's true in your case.
Right.
Because I definitely think there's a fat boy out there that cannot.
Nah, you know what's crazy? I just bring that up because I remember a chick. I remember a chick's like, oh yeah, I like fuck with fat dudes. And I was like, why? Because she was like, oh, no, I don't like your type. She said, me, she don't like my type. I'm like, what? I like guys. You don't have enough meat in your bones. I'm like, why? Because you probably don't even know how to eat pussy good. I said, damn, girl, what kind of shit was that?
Well, the reason why though, see, that stereotype is also born out of a negative stereotype.
Yeah.
Because the fact of the matter is that, you know, the fat guy has to know how to eat pussy because that's the only way that he can please.
He can please a woman.
Right. So that's actually born out of another stereotype that's not flattering.
Well, the thing is, we said that about women too, because I'm saying fat bitches suck dick good.
But
right?
no, I'm glad he even brought that up. No, but I think for I look at it a little different because I think girls can get. We always had this, like, girls can get dick easily. I feel like then guys can get pussy. So I'm glad he brought that other side of it in terms of, like, is it a cool stereotype because it's like, yeah, it's showing that, yeah, I could get pussy, or is it like, damn, it's the only way I'm getting pussy
is by letting it be known
because let it be known I'm overweight or
well, that's true. I mean, but having a big dick is also the same type of thing. Are you only getting pussy because you really a cornball? You really a corn, but chicks will fuck a dude with a big dick 100%. Just because he got a big dick. That's it. He could be a cornball. 100%. No bread, no nothing. Can't do shit for them in their lives, and they will endure the worst shit, all because he got a big dick.
That is a fact.
I mean, I ain't gonna front. There's been some good ass pussy that I've done some dumbass shit too.
Yeah,
dumbass shit just because it was good.
Yeah, that's a fact.
So pussy has the same kind of.
Pussy is definitely, for the most part.
I don't know, Cosi. I don't know how much you attract with women. There's been some women that I'm like, pussy been so good that I'm like, damn. Like,
did I just drive 3 states away. did I just pay?
Yeah, I've
Matt?
definitely done some dumb
Did
shit.
I just pay the Verrazano toll? Did I just pay that
Yo,
shit?
no
$18?
lie. Yo, no lie. I've met some incredible people incredible women from Staten Island. Incredible women. But once I find out they in Staten Island, though, woo, man.
Have you done it though?
I've done it in my younger years.
Pussy do that for you. By the way, in that scenario where the girl was like, I don't fuck with skinny dudes because they don't eat pussy. I'm like, I don't know if you know, but I'm a retired fat boy.
Oh, yeah.
That's the first thing I would have said.
My skill set is still
there.
here.
You know what I'm saying? You don't forget how to ride a bike.
The tool that I used to get fat, yeah, that just still works.
That still works.
Still works. It's still actually good to go.
And I'm Dominican.
Yeah, exactly. You know, the Spanish side of it.
That's it.
All day.
I want to dig a little deeper into that whole Mandy thing because you said that made you feel a certain. It made you feel a certain way specifically because you had said something to me where you were like, well, "Damn, is that how bitches feel?
Yeah.
Like, is that how they looking?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's how they looking.
Yeah.
That's how they looking.
And that's kind of whack, right? Is this idea of like a woman looks at you and automatically kind of and it deduces you to that like, oh, he's fat, so we got to
The
look
great thing about this world that we live in is that, you know, power of choice. You know, men have the ability to just let you speak for yourself. Some people, they do flow off those stereotypes. I mean, that's why racism exists.
Yeah.
That's why sexism exists in general. But there are people that'll let the shit play out.
Yeah.
There are people that'll say, all right, yeah, you big, but you're attractive. You're well dressed. You're well this. You're well that. I could be missing out on something.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to degrade you to a stereotype. I'm going to let you prove yourself.
Yeah.
And that's when you get hooked.
But that's how, like, right. See, the dope thing about that is that you're thinking that way.
Absolutely.
But there's so many people out there that, like, for example, I know it's a joke when it's being said, but like Dominicans fuck cousins, right? or like the joke, like fat guys have small penises, or whatever the stereotype may be. I was trying to think of one for myself, but I'm like, I'm perfect. So. No, but it's just these stereotypes that we that are placed upon us. And the thing is about it is that we try to live where we don't put people in stereotypes, but we do. It's an unconscious thing.
I mean, yeah, I think it's just one of those things. Like it's, you know, I feel like it comes. You should. I'm growing. I'm 31 now. There's a lot of things that I've almost accepted because it just comes with the territory. Like I'm sure, like, you know, if you've been overweight for a while, you just know there's gonna be certain stereotypes about certain things. You either grown, you're immune to it, or like you said, I'm gonna prove you different. You know, like let's say like if she said you got a small B, but you know your shit is hanging, I'm like, watch when I whip this shit out on you.
My entire life has just been completely proving
people wrong.
Proven. Yeah. I've been big my entire life. It wasn't like from day one.
Yeah. And
my entire life has always been about proving myself. Yeah. Proving myself when I played ball. Proving myself when it came to girls. It was always just about proving myself because that's what you got to do.
It's a little bit of an uphill battle, right? And the thing is, I feel like a lot of people a lot of it. You know,
you wake up with that shit every day. You think about it,
bro.
And the thing is about it, a lot of people overlook the like these are things that people don't think about as much with. And I put an emphasis on men because there's a spotlight right now going on women with body positivity, sex positivity, with everything that's going on with the Me Too movement.
which is justified because let's 100%. Be honest, like it's been getting fucking torn.
And the crazy thing is that women embrace big women.
Yes.
Like, but they don't embrace big men. And like in terms of like being big is beautiful.
That's what I'm saying.
Like you're big and beautiful, but then when it's a big guy, you're like.
I think this comes down. This comes down to what we always like, kind of like we kind of like grind it down to this point. Like it goes. I think it goes to the primal mind state. Yeah. So I think with women, like if women sees like let's say an overweight guy, in their primal super subconscious mind, they're like
break it down to that. Yeah.
Can he protect me? Can he provide? Maybe that might be a reason why sometimes they have that thinking of like, oh. Well, overweight guy.
You're right.
You know what I'm saying? It may not be the best thing for me. And I think with women, it's more like weight isn't like a determining factor whether they can, let's say, and I'm not to be like we would like not domesticating women, but let's say taking care of a household, taking care of a kids. Weight isn't a determining factor if you can do that.
Well, if we want to, I can go down this rabbit hole, and that rabbit hole is basically there's something in our genetics that makes us look at someone and think about the best possible outcome for offspring. So when you look at someone and you look at the way that their health is, you could look at them and there's something in you that you don't even, you're not cognizant of that makes a decision on someone that would create the best possible outcome for whatever your offspring is going to be. So you look at me like, all right, the genetics may not be up to what I want my offspring to be, and you make that decision without even being conscious to that decision.
You brought that up. I want to pose this question to you. You have kids?
I have one.
You have one, and you have one. But this is what I want to ask in terms of when you think about having kids in the future, I've thought about like, and you think about the mate you want to have. Does that play a role? Like, do you think about like, oh, this person will be a good match for my future kids? Like in terms of like traits, genetics.
1000%.
Because I think about like, I'm not a fan of, I smoke weed, but I don't like smoking cigarettes.
Yeah.
And my bigger thing, like I wouldn't like my wife to smoke cigarettes and the mother of my child smoke cigarettes, because then I think about, damn, my kid is gonna have that
whatever,
and in them. So I just wanted to see if which I thought about that in terms of.
You want to know what I think about? So in my family, my uncle's the only one that's tall. I'm not that tall. I'm like 5'8", 5'9" if I'm wearing like 5'10" if I'm wearing Timbs. Yeah. But if I think about like I want to get with a woman that's tall, because I want my child to be a little taller than me. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So if I fuck with a woman, like a lot of my exes are very diverse, but some of them they're on the taller side. Yeah. Like I'm not afraid to date women taller than me. Yeah. And another thing that I really like in women is lips, and the reason I think the reason is because. You see children and they be like, damn, that's a cute, like the little cute baby, right? And the thing is about it is like, that's something that I find that's just aesthetically pleasing, like general on humans. Yeah. So like that is a big thing for me too. And I also, I don't know, I want whatever child I have to be very ethnically diverse. So like, I'm a mutt. I want my child to be more of a mutt.
So be with another mutt.
Well, and also if you get scientific about it, more you mix blood, the more you mix DNA, the more advanced they are. Yeah. The further they are away from Neanderthal. Like if you like get real specific, the further you are from the Neanderthal, the closer you are to Homo sapien, the more advanced of a human being you are, the more open you are in the way that your genetics can like evolve.
The Steph Currys and shit.
Exactly. Yeah. And then they tend to get the best parts of every single thing, like geology. Like,
have you thought about that, Cosi? Like, like future children, like.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, I think about it more from a everyday standpoint. I think about it more from what type of mother would this person be. Motherhood has nothing to do with. I mean, looks to me does not epitomize qualities of being a mother to my child. I look at characteristics, behavioral patterns, social habits, smoking, things like that. Yeah, those things kind of either push me forward or push me away. Yeah. But the looks, not really so much. But I can understand how people can look at people and be like, "Yo, I've never looked at a woman and looked at her and say she'll give me some pretty ass kids." I don't think that.
I've definitely.
I think I definitely have.
I've thought that.
I was like, damn, shoot.
I'm like, damn, we make some.
I think that's you never use that G to a shorty like that. You make some popping.
We make some popping ass kids. I've definitely thought that.
Like practice and shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Nah, that's definitely. So I thought it was something that I've thought about like recently. Just thinking about like, when you deciding to pick a significant other and like certain qualities you look for, things like that. So I think whether weight being an issue, I can see why women would, let's say, determine whether or not they want to be with a guy based on their weight.
But is it right?
Women are absolutely not. Women are always about optimization. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're always they want the most the perfect type of partner for them, right?
But let's be real though. Let's be super real on that. Yeah. They are about optimization, but a lot of the times they end up settlization. Women really settlization. women really be worth so much more, and they end up selling with someone that's really not like ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? And I think a lot of it has to do is that men have to be better. So I definitely don't want to downplay. I never want to, like you said this earlier. You're right. Women do deserve the spotlight that they're getting right now, and I don't want to rip down one cause for the sake of another cause.
Yeah, it shouldn't be.
All I'm saying is that I want to keep the same energy across the board.
No, that's what. No, it's like he said. It's like if we're being body positive for
everyone.
For women, it should be for men. But I don't even think. I think no matter what, it's just in us. It's kind of like, because we're guys. I think just certain stereotypes of things you're just gonna play. If you're a bald-headed guy at like 20 years old, no matter what generation in the world you're gonna be, you're gonna get cooked.
Yeah,
doesn't matter.
I mean, I assume here's the thing: if you got your bald with a beard, I assume that you could probably murder people with your bare hands. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just assume, or you did jail time. Like that. Those are two things that I assume. Like, but the thing is, like, here's the thing though, and this is where I'm gonna keep it 100. And this is me talking. Like, I am on paper obese. It's not a good thing. And I don't think even with women, like I that body positivity, cool, big is beautiful, whatever. All right, cool. But you're still unhealthy, G.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Biology is biology. And the fact is, yes, it could be great. I don't want you to feel bad about what you're feeling, but I want you to know enough to know that it's not good.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like my weight is unhealthy.
I was having a conversation with not a friend of mine, but we was in a group conversation, and when this guy was saying that he had brought up the fact, he got his lady, they have a kid. She ended up gaining weight, after having a kid, and she ended up getting a little out of overweight. And he started noticing she was getting a little out of breath when she would be with the child, try to run around or whatever. And he had tried to like hint at the fact like, hey, we should get in shape. We should, you should. And she basically lashed out at him, like, made him feel like it was wrong for him to even bring that up. And he was saying, yo, I'm coming from a place of not even like, he wasn't coming from a place of like, oh, I want you to get in shape because I want, it's gonna be better for the bedroom. It's more like, yo, you gotta raise my kid. Like, we gotta raise our kid. You gotta be able to run in the park, be with him. God forbid you get sick or something like that or whatever. So that's what he was coming from with it,
But you got to toe the line with that.
Yeah,
you got to be very, very careful. And sometimes as men, we tend to be very, very insensitive when it comes to what it's like for women who are bearing children. Yeah, that shit, the thing that it does to your body. It alters it forever,
and not even physically.
The whole
like
snapback,
hormones, all
like
that.
We get so caught up with the whole snapback shit. Like you're able to go right back to what you were.
That's
not real, bro.
That and we've been microwave, like we've been like so trained to be microwave processed. Like everybody thinks that it's just mad quick because that's what Twitter is tonight.
Yeah, it takes time. But like bitches be going off grid for a long time.
And you don't realize it.
A lot of them be these celebrities that got personal trainers, that got dietitians, that got
photo work,
everything.
That's my only thing. I'll come from more like a place like if you're trying to be in shape and your body type is just not allowing it or whatever, that's fine. But if you're consciously still making bad decisions, whether it's, I'm just being honest, if you're having fast food on a regular basis and that's not healthy for your diet. I'm just being real. Like if you're not making the right decisions. And that it's leading to unhealthy, unhealthy weight, is leading to unhealthy weight
outcome, yeah.
It's an unhealthy outcome. Then I think you just have to be real. And I think if I'm your significant other, I agree with you. It should be brought up in a way where you're not gonna offend them. But I think you should be comfortable enough to bring it up. Say, hey, look, it's not about me even being awesome. Like, yo, I'm wanted because I want you to be sexy.
Concerned.
Because I think you are sexy, and but I want you because you're healthy. Because you brought it up, like, yo, honestly, we just got to take care of ourselves. We getting older, all that shit.
That conversation is like. I've heard that. Yeah. And there's nothing wrong with that conversation. Yeah. Somebody leading the conversation by saying, hey, I think you're handsome. I think the sex is great. I think you're sexy. But I want you to be around for my children.
Oh, wait. You've had that. You've experienced
Absolutely.
that before.
Yeah,
damn, what's that like? So what's that like?
I mean.
Like when you're like, oh, shit.
It's coming from a place that that the person accepts you because they've seen you naked. They've slept with you. They've done everything under the sun that they would do with somebody who's
H-ass, all that.
All of that. So so the clout is there.
Yeah.
So when they're speaking to you, that it's coming from a comforting place versus somebody that's fucking with you for 2 months and then trying to get you like on this fucking.
How do you respond to that though?
Which one?
How do you respond to the woman that's been there for a while? Yeah.
You say, I would do it for you. We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
We could do it together. I've had that conversation and I appreciate that conversation and I respect it because it's coming from a place of it's not shallow. It's coming from a place of I just want to make sure. But the thing that people don't understand, fit motherfuckers die too.
Preach.
Like and people make it sound like because oh you're doing this, motherfucker, you would die tomorrow. Like and I'm not saying that the chances of you being susceptible to things that you wouldn't be susceptible to, I get it.
You could be skinny and have diabetes though.
Yeah, exactly. Diabetes or heart or heart disease or things like that. I get it, right? But people die every day. People who are fit die every day. People who are fat die every day. Yeah. At the end of the day, it's your time to go. It's your time to go.
So let me ask you, what is your personal obstacles? Because I have like some serious obstacles with me losing my weight. What are your personal obstacles? Like, let someone has that conversation with you, and this person loves you, and they're like, yo, listen, Cosi, I want you to be around if we decide to have children. We have children, and I want you to take better care of yourself. And they say, let's do this together. Now,
what's my butt?
What's your butt? What is it that stops you from executing on that?
Time. It's
or we could be honest. Are you just okay with it?
Both.
Okay.
Now,
that could be a real thing too. You just cool with it.
I don't mind. I mean, me, I'm like desensitized to it. I'm still respectful of the people who view me.
Yeah.
But I respect myself, but I respect their perspective at the same time. And both can coexist. They aren't mutually exclusive, you know, in my humble opinion.
You could also be big and be in immaculate health. I know I have people that are big, real big,
who eat real well,
and then they go to the doctors and their blood work is fucking immaculate.
Yeah.
Like I'm heavy. My blood work, everything is immaculate.
Everything is.
I was just not like the only thing that's fucked up is my appendix. Like that's the only thing that's fucked up right now. But otherwise, they're like, yo, your blood pressure is on point. Your cholesterol is fucking like everything is completely.
I go to
perfect.
the doctor and they always say the same thing. Like, oh, everything is good, but the obvious.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, all right, you know, I'm not saying that that's okay. I'm just saying that at the end of the day, I'm comfortable with myself. Obviously, I can continue to push because there's nothing wrong. Settling is never good. No matter what you're talking about, settling is never good. We should always be pushing to be the best human being, physically, mentally, spiritually, sexually, holistically, whatever you want, whatever lead you want to pick. But at the same time, you got to be comfortable with the base start and then try to evolve from there. Because if you're not comfortable with that, then you have an issue.
It's true.
And if your partner's not comfortable with that, like there's nothing wrong with upgrading. But she's got to be good with the base model. He or she got to be good with the base model.
I want to bring up something here because it's right on this topic. I saw this tweet, right? And it was a screenshot of a text conversation, and it's right about this topic. And she captioned it like, "Guys are stupid; they'll never get it." So I'm gonna read it, and y'all just give me your opinion and see. I want you to see if the
that
guy
bitch is dumb. I don't care.
So this girl, I'm assuming this is a girlfriend and boyfriend. So the girlfriend asks the boyfriend, "Am I fat?" The boyfriend responds like this. He goes, "Baby, I love you. I'm pretty sure that at this point in our relationship, I'm able to be honest with you. You are not fat, but you are starting, in quotations, to get a little chubby." She responds back rapid fire text messages. Just like this, word for word. "Fuck you. You've ruined my day. I'm glad I didn't go see you. I'm not sending you nudes anymore. And you weren't flirting with me last night when I was drunk, and that made me sad. You make me feel ugly. You don't compliment anymore." He's like, "Wow." And he's like, "My head hurts. I don't want to work out with you anymore." All this kind. So basically, just responded in such a lash out way. So I brought that up because I wanted to get your opinion. Like, you know, is there a right way to respond to that question? Was she right? Was she right? Was he right? Was they? You know, what's your take on that?
Are you sure that's not your fucking conversation?
Nah.
That's not your shit. That's not some shit you. That's how some finesse, some fat finesse.
That definitely sounds like a corporate response.
Nah, that wasn't me though. Damn. No, that wasn't though. It wasn't.
What you got, Josh?
My first, if she would have asked me that, I'd be like, "Babe, are you concerned?" I would have hit her with a question.
You gotta flip it back.
Actually not bad.
I'd be like, "Why are you asking? Is everything okay? Do you want to get your thyroid checked out? Like, what's the? I mean, nah. I don't know. All right. First immediate reaction is if a girl was to hit me up and be like, "Am I fat?" I would have to be like, "Is she fat?" I'd be like, if she's fat, I'd be like, "You're fat." Yeah.
No, I think because this is obviously a girlfriend boyfriend thing. So I'm thinking if you're in a relationship with somebody, and you're in a relationship with your girl, and she asks you, "Yo, am I fat?"
What's theoretical here? Like, how much time have we been together?
Well, he made it seem as if in the context of what he made it seem like they've been together for a long time. So he's like, "Yo, we've been together for a while. I just want to be." That's what he said. I just want to see, was he wrong? Did he way he bring it up was wrong? No, ladies, I would love hit us up at the Talking Shit Podcast Instagram or I want to talk shit at Gmail. Was he wrong saying, "I think you're starting to get a little chubby"?
I don't think the way that he responded was wrong because he kept it real honest. He's like, "Listen, we've been together for a while and I feel like I could be honest with you." So the first thing he did was just saying, "Listen, I respect this relationship we have and I feel close to you. And I feel like that I could be honest with you without fear of repercussion." He was wrong. He was wrong.
Yeah, he was way wrong.
He was definitely wrong that there was repercussion.
Way wrong.
Then he was like, I think where it went wrong was that you got a little chubby. I feel like he could have worded that a little more finessey, right? Like where he's like, "Baby, I love you." He fucked up because he spelled baby BBY, so it's already a wrap for this relationship. Is like, "I'm pretty sure that at this point in our relationship, I'm able to be honest with you." Like, that's real. Yeah. He's like, "You are not fat, but you are starting, quote unquote, to get a little chubby." He fucked up in that last sentence. Yeah, that was. He fucked up in that last sentence, and the reason is like, I would have probably been like, "Baby, I love you," and I'm pretty sure at this point I could be honest with you. You know, I'm like, "Listen, you're definitely not fat." I'm like, "But I remember we had a conversation in the past where there were goals that you had."
I see.
And you're not really hitting those goals, and I want you to be the best version of yourself.
So what are you trying to say? You trying to say that I'm not the person you?
I'm about to be honest. You're asking this question, bitch. And if you don't want the answer, you know what I'm saying?
That's actually my thought. Like that's actually my thought. Like you gotta keep it stacked.
Listen, you can't be mad at the reaction. You can't be mad at the reaction.
If you create the environment for honesty, if you create the environment for us to really express how we feel about each other's developments, the developments aren't always gonna be good.
I would immediately sent her like, I'm like, yo, you're trying real hard to be fucking bagels right now, and you're not doing it well.
Yeah, you're not doing it good.
You know what I'm saying? It's more than just being able to dance bachata on Instagram. We got to be able to talk and shit. You know, it's got to be real. You know what I'm saying? So I'd be like, I would have kept it a stack. And if she gave me an issue about that like that,
now,
I would probably broke up with her after.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. What if you got that? Say you got your shorty and she responds to you like that to that question.
It's a shutdown.
I unblocked her.
It's over.
It's because you know for a fact that whatever opinion you have
doesn't matter.
Is invalid.
She was looking for what she wanted to hear.
She wanted to hear what she wanted to hear, and you know from like those type of behavioral things, toxic.
Yeah,
when somebody wants to hear what they want to hear, whatever.
I would have sent her back a nude. Yo, am I fat? I would have sent her a nude of herself. What you think?
You tell me.
You tell me.
Give me your assessment.
Listen, I'm not saying your fupa looking kind of diesel, but it might be looking kind of diesel. Yeah.
Oh shit, man. Nah,
I like fupas, by the way, man. I'm throwing that out there. I like a little fat pussy. I like fat pussy.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think anybody will go against some fat puss.
No, but girls be making a thing about that, where they be like, yo,
you can't call it out.
Yeah, like you got a fupa?
Yeah, you can't call it out. It's like a thing that doesn't exist.
I will like if I'm about to eat a bitch pussy or fuck her, I will grab her pussy.
And you'll lift?
No, like her hold on, what we talking about fupas? Like fupas like
it's the fat area, fat
upper pussy area.
Yeah.
So it's literally like the pussy, and then it's just that little
pubic area. You're using it as like a.
I'll grab that shit while I'm fucking.
Like a shifter.
Latch on real quick.
Grab that shit.
It's like a fucking trimmer bite.
I'm snatching that shit the fuck up. I ain't got no problems.
Yo, did y'all see that that Hooters is like possibly going out of business, and they say they blame it on millennials because they're not into Hooters or tits.
Yeah, we like ass.
Yeah, we're ass men now.
But the thing is, that's always been the case with us. It's just that I feel like white people don't like Hooters no more. That's really what happened. They lost their makeup.
Now they like ass.
Now they like ass too. You know what I'm saying? Like
before ass was flat, they good with that.
Ass been my thing since like
day one.
10. You know, that's it. It was always a thing. As soon as I recognized that ass was there. So,
have you always been an ass man?
I've always been an ass man.
I think I started young as a tits guy.
Yeah.
Early teen, like late teens, young early 20s, and then as I got older, I turned into more of an ass man.
I'm a woman, man. So like I'm gonna throw that out there. Like I like tits and ass.
Oh, this motherfucker gave me that ass.
You hit you with the PC.
Hit me with the PC.
Hit you with some. That's pro choice. That's some pro choice shit right there.
I gotta represent for my man. You know, guys. So I'm really thinking that we're objectifying women here. No, but what I mean is like I like tits and ass.
I know what you say. I get what you're saying.
Here's the thing, it's one or the other or both. For me personally. And that sounds kind of fucked. I don't want to body shame women. One or the other. Like I like some fat tits and no ass I could deal with, or fat ass and no tits I could deal with.
You would
both, but I can't deal if like not that I can't deal, but I'm not into.
You wouldn't take like a Maya or like a Anne Marie or like a Ariana Grande or like a
no. And I'm gonna tell you why. There's this.
It's like you smashing a UPS box.
I want to light a lighter. Like flame. It's a fact though. It is. The way that the analogy I always use is like you're fucking a set of elbows. Like if it's like beating elbows from the back.
I like my petite girl.
That's just gonna hurt, man.
You need some weight. You need a little bit of. You need some cushion.
They look like a. You know what they look like? They look like a W when they riding you. They just be bones.
So you say,
oh shit, Rag Donald's.
Yeah, damn. Yo, Kurt, please talk good about them, cause
y'all pieces of shit. I mean, you know, y'all just accept it. It is what it is.
You know what it is? Cool. This is my personal fat insecurities. Just I'm deflecting onto skinny people. I just want to throw that out there. You know what I'm saying? Y'all beautiful, man. The fact that I could play like the xenophone on y'all rib cage just ain't my thing, man. I don't really like skinny girls. I'm gonna keep it up.
I mean, I like petite girls. I'm cool with petite girls.
No, petite is different than no body girls. Petite is different, though.
What are we
Stop
talking
trying
about?
to dance around and shit. You beating around the bush.
I mean, you being too vague, man.
Petite is just a short girl of stature that might have a little bubble. Skinny girls got little bubbles. They got
That's
little.
okay. You just said there's skinny girls and then there's petite girls. To me, they're the same thing.
No,
Petite and skinny is the same thing.
It's not though. A skinny bitch could be 5'10".
I mean, okay,
That's
so
not petite,
You
though.
putting petite as
She'll
like
fuck you up in a one-on-one.
you're talking like a height too, but I'm just saying like a skinny. Yeah, I get what you're
Petite
saying.
is small in
I get what you're
stature,
saying, yeah.
but a petite girl can have a little bubble.
I get what you're saying. I hear
Like a
what you're
petite girl, like a little skinny bubble butt. You ever see a skinny girl and you're like, damn, that little skinny girl got a little bubble. You
Yeah.
ever see? Right? Or you got the petite girls that got giant tits. But like, I'm talking about like the girls that just keep it a buck that be looking like they built like 12-year-olds.
I feel exactly. I mean, you know, I'm moonwalking out this shit. So
You like
I'm letting
that?
you go. I'm letting you
No,
go.
no. I see what you're trying to do. I'm eyeing you in the corner right now.
Yeah,
I got you in the corner. I ain't letting
the
up.
fuck out of him right now. Yo, people.
I'm trying to dance around this motherfucker.
He's like, nah, son.
You ain't let me sugar rate this motherfucker.
I'm not. You're gonna let it be known. You like girls? You like girls that tell you about bodies, Curb?
I'm not really going into age and body numbers when I'm looking at the girl. I'm not. Really,
Pro age curve.
I'm gonna let you live.
I'm not doing any of that.
I'm gonna let you live. I'm gonna let you live. All right.
You're fucking
Let's
assholes,
see.
man. You're fucking assholes.
Listen, I wanted to talk about something. Talking on the idea of just the fact that relationships and the fact that bitch was crazy by sending a whole bunch of messages after that.
Yeah,
Crazy
she went ham.
exes. And not crazy exes, but exes generally, exes that you cared about, y'all have some history with. You ever have a situation where you kept going back to a girl, or like you thought about her, and you're like in this period where y'all just broke up, y'all were together for a minute? Like, what do you do in the moments that you start to think about that girl that got away, or that ex that like you can't get off your mind?
You got to remember the reason why you left. You got to tap into what drove you away. If you cheated, what made you cheat? If you broke up, what made you break up? You know, I know you shared a story with me on our show.
Yeah.
Or afterwards. And I'm sure that when you thought about that person, you remembered what happened that day.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you just got to tap into that. You can't just be selective with the shit. And that's the problem.
I'm trying to remember the story. I got a lot of crazy exes, bro.
The
So I'm
one
just
where
like, which crazy
you talked
ex?
about the moment that
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah. So once that moment happened, and you didn't realize like, okay, there's no going back.
Yes.
After this, and anytime you thought about her, now she becomes associated with that moment.
Yeah.
That association is what drives you to stay away.
To stay away is to kind of associate the moment to leave. But let's say if it wasn't a bad relationship, let's say if you weren't the one that made the decision to leave.
Okay.
Like, what do you do then if it's not your choice, right? Like your Curb. Let's say if you're in a situation with a girl, right? You're in a situation with a woman and y'all have something great going on, but it's not your decision. And y'all split up and you still want to be with this person. You still love this person, but it just didn't work out. How do you cope with, one, seeing her move on, right? Like that's like, that gotta hurt.
That's tough. That's hard.
Two, how do you cope with the idea of like when you're like home alone, when I'm alone in my room, you know what I'm saying? Like what are you doing when you're thinking about her and you're like, damn, like should I hit her up? Or third, when you're drunk.
Or you're intoxicated or some shit.
Well, I can give you the same answer for all three.
What is it?
You supplement. When you're drunk, you try to get a bitch.
Fuck the pain away.
That's it.
Fuck the pain.
Like
away.
when you're grieving, you just look for, some people look for drugs, some people look for alcohol. If you're not into drugs and alcohol, you look for pussy.
Yeah.
Or if you're a woman, you look for otherwise. Or maybe both, whatever. But you just look at it and you say, you know what? Let me just give myself a distraction that keeps me, not thinking about
this. Is such a fucking good Cosi, thank you. I want to say thank you, and I'm going to tell you why. There's this fucking narrative that goes around that I see everywhere that, oh, if a man breaks up with a girl and he immediately starts fucking with another girl or fucks with a girl, he was cheating or he was this. And that's not the case.
Yeah, that'd be
a lot of the times men leave relationships and they're just trying to not think about the girl, so they just start to go around and like
go ham.
Yeah, I mean,
go animal.
And I remember we spoke about this in terms of like the fuck buddy episode where we like that's even the same thing that I brought up on that time. Like when you're gonna go, be on your fuck buddy show, you gotta mentally be ready for the fuck buddy. That's almost the same thing when dudes get out of a relationship. I don't know if it's just like you said, maybe it's just a habit thing or it's a machismo thing. It's just we've been taught like, all right, as soon as you got out of your relationship, you free. Well, it's almost as funny the guy's perspective, right? It's supposed to be like once you get out of a relationship, you're free. Yeah. Right? It's funny. Like women are, when they get out of a relationship, it's like they've been broken up. It's like they've been fucking, traumatized. Guys like we're fucking free.
Abandoned.
We're free now. So now the fact that us being free, we want to go around and have sex with multiple women. Sometimes I don't think that's always the right thing to do. I personally,
I agree.
I just think like you said, you're just trying to use you're just trying to, like you said, use a distraction, a supplement, you're trying to fuck the pain away, or what's going to start doing is that you're going to start now, because I'm a firm believer now that I'm older, sex is really a transfer of energy. That's what it is. So you're taking that person's energy and you end up getting intimate with somebody. You could start now attracting their energy, their drama, their bullshit. Anything could happen. Condom could pop, you could get, or anything could happen. Ex baby daddy could pop out of nowhere. You can get into situations just thinking, I'm just trying to get some pussy.
You know, that'd be one of the first questions I ask when I fuck with a female.
What?
You got a crazy baby daddy? Like, I really don't need that. No, that'd be one of the first questions I ask. You got a kid? Yeah. All right. That don't bother me so much. Is the father in life? If she say no, I'm like, all right, we good. If she say yes, I'm like, I'm gonna have to pass on this because I just ain't trying to deal with nobody showing up to my crib. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a cognizant decision.
Nah, yeah, no. Well, that's actually like one of my flirting questions that I always ask. Like, I make a joke. I was like, yo, so how many stalkers you have? Like, any girl that's really beautiful, I always say that. How many stalkers you have?
It's a flirting question.
It's a flirting question.
But you really trying to find out.
But I'm really trying to find out because sometimes they're very honest. Yeah. They're like, oh yeah, I do have this crazy motherfucker. I'm like, block. Yeah. Yeah, that's cute. Block.
I ain't trying to wake up with flats.
Yeah, facts.
No, but like I'm gonna get real vulnerable.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna get real vulnerable.
It's time to get vulnerable.
All right. Time to get vulnerable. I like that. Yeah, I might take that audio out and like loop it up and make a little. But nah, I'm gonna get a little vulnerable. And in terms of I when I left a relationship, almost every time I've left a relationship, I got promiscuous. And the reason is because I did long stints. It's like being in jail, right? Mm-hmm. And I'm a faithful man. So when I am in relationships, I don't cheat. So the thing is about it is I miss out on what it would be for the men that be unfaithful. They out there still living they nasty lives. These filthy men. You know what I'm saying? So the thing is I leave it and I'm just like, you know what? I'm single. I can live my best life. So I would live my best life. That's it. I'm living little Duval, you know? That's it. But here's the thing about it.
Josh out here like a sad puppy on the other side of the fence, seeing mad dogs having mad fun over there. Like, here's the thing, though. I want to fucking be in the water.
No.
Crazy. Like,
let me. The thing is about it though is that I genuinely enjoy relationships.
I know.
But the thing is about it is that I'm
here, fellas. I'm in a play. What's up?
What's up? I'm back.
Where's the slide at?
I'm back. You know that meme when the coach is coming in? But nah, listen. I you know what I'm talking about.
I'm ready.
That shit is iconic. That shit is crazy.
That's how it be when I start to unblock all the bitches on IG.
Like that, baby.
No, but the thing is about it is that like I left a relationship and I was faithful the entire relationship. And when you sit alone after a relationship that you realize you spent so much time and invested so much time in, what ends up happening is that when you're alone is when all those thoughts come crashing down and you get into a point where you could potentially make a decision that's not the best and you put yourself back in that toxic situation. So what I did to supplement, right, is that I would try my best to go find another female to supplement that time with, find a girl, respark conversation, start talking to multiple people. And then what that would do is distract my mind. It's hard to think about something that's currently happening when you're distracting. Is it a good thing? I don't think so. Because you don't give yourself time to really mourn and take the process. But at the same time, I think it's a good thing because what it does is it gives me enough time to disassociate from it so that I can look at it from an outside perspective.
I think that's important. I think when going into it, I think it's important, like as a dude, if you're going into it, like, because I agree with you totally. I agree with the fact that, you know, if you just get out of a relationship, I don't see anything wrong if you want to sleep with another woman after or whatever. But I agree with you. I think you should go into knowing, say, hey, look, like I just got out of something. I kind of want some distraction, and it's perfectly fine to find a chick that's cool. And you be like, look, I just got out of a relationship. We're going to have fun together. It's not going to be nothing serious. And you know, they're not adding any stress in your life. You can, you know, getting to know that person on a friendship level can be a nice distraction. It's not even you're using them. It's not like you're using them for a temporary. It's just, you know, I'm having fun. I'm getting to know somebody. Right. We're enjoying ourselves. We're enjoying our intimacy moments and take it as that. But when you're not mentally in that place, and a lot of guys aren't, they'll take that little bit of intimacy and think like, oh shit, they're trying to take shit from their old relationship and bring it into this new situation.
And that's what I was going to say is that, and this is just, again, me getting a little vulnerable, is that like I said, I went from long relationship to long relationship. And the problem is that I would go from a long relationship, I would meet someone because I isolated myself for so long outside that thing. I wouldn't go around and being an animal. And the first moment I get someone that I'm vibing with, instead of keeping it a buck, I would end up in another fucking relationship.
Yeah, and trust me, bro, that's a pattern. I'm not sure if you can relate to it, as guys. I think that's a relatable pattern. A lot of my friends have been through it where they're
we
like,
fuck into a relationship.
Yeah.
100%,
100%, yeah.
100%. Like you're like, it's all of a sudden you're like, I'm beaten. This is cool. This is great. Oh my god, she lives
you
here.
my
What's
boyfriend?
happening? Yeah, for real. And don't even be that. Like that'd be cool because at least you get the chance to say no. It just really be like,
That's not really a chance to say no. Like that's like a foregone conclusion.
That is.
Like,
yeah.
once
By the
you-
time
It's
they
like an
by the
awkward
time they
question.
ask you,
An
y'all
HIS,
already like boyfriend and girlfriend.
that's like the question of someone coming to your house and be like, yo, can I use your bathroom? Like they're not really asking. Like if they're gonna use your bathroom and you gotta say yes.
Yes.
Right.
or like when they ask you like, you got a bathroom here? Of course, motherfucker, I got a
Yeah.
bathroom here. Like it's like
That's
it's
kinda
known.
like the question,
Yeah,
right?
it's known type of shit. I see what
So
you're saying.
like I found myself in relationship from the relationship, and I didn't give myself time to really learn to love to be by myself, and
Learn what you actually like.
and that too, like learn what I like, learn the kind of people I like to be with. What would happen is that not that I would settle. Don't get me wrong. I don't want to downplay anybody I was with, because I was with some amazing people that helped me develop into a better person. And the thing is about it is that I think that it's all meant to be in the way that it worked out, and I definitely developed to who I am because of that. But I wasn't making the best decisions because I wasn't giving myself the chance to taste all the flavors.
Yeah.
And I don't mean in a promiscuous way, but to learn about different people, different types of personalities. What did I mesh with best? What I was doing is I was molding myself to work with them versus being myself and having us work together.
Yeah.
So now I'm learning that my personality is so fucking crazy. No one works with me. No, I'm more learning that I'm super happy by myself. And if anybody does come on, they need to add something to that.
To it. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and I also learned, I think, men mourn differently than women for the most part.
We're
Generally.
it's funny, like this whole, well, a matter of fact, before I go into it, Cosi, like what's your take, Cosi, in terms of like you said, when you not going back to an ex that you cared about, but like your whole process after you break up with someone, like what has it been from your personal experience after you break up with somebody?
Yeah.
Do you feel like, yo, I gotta go get some chicks, or I gotta maybe go harder with work or whatever? Because I've also brought this up, like sometimes a woman can be a distraction from a guy's grind.
Yeah.
A lot of times where
Yeah, absolutely.
they can be
because all right, the problem with having multiple women is that you have to give multiple versions of yourself. You have to give multiple pieces of who you are, and the more that you have to give out, the less that you can give back to yourself. So I do agree with you that if you have a woman, yes, she can get in the way of your grind, because you have to balance that out. You have to balance out being the boyfriend versus being the entrepreneur. You have to balance out being the grinder versus being, the partner.
Yeah.
And that's difficult. After a breakup, you do. I think that you do have to take time for yourself. I think that you have to assess what happened in the relationship, how you were at fault, what you did right, what you did wrong, and you take that information, you kind of like polish it a little bit, and then you take it into your new situation.
Yeah.
Whatnot. I think that sex after you break up, I don't think it's a bad thing. As long as you're aware about what's going on. Like, don't fuck into a relationship.
Yeah.
Like, if you know that you're not ready, be upfront, be honest, be yourself. Keep that same energy. There's somebody that's going to be down with whatever it is that you're down with.
Yeah.
The problem is that we've characterized what we want as being negative. So we don't want to represent ourselves
real.
honestly first, because we think that we're going to be judged, be a scumbag, because now there's no differentiation. If you don't want a relationship, either there's like two types of women. Either you don't want a relationship and you're good, or you don't want a relationship and you're a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Now there are women that are like, yeah, I can have fun too, but you don't know. It's a mixed bag.
Yeah,
It's a mixed fucking bag.
There's this whole thing about the fuckboy, right? The whole idea of a fuckboy.
The
We spoke about this a little
fuckboy.
bit,
Yeah.
and I just want to clarify it again. Anyone who didn't listen to that particular episode, a fuckboy is only somebody that lies about their intentions.
Yeah.
Be real. As long as you're honest, you're fine.
Yeah.
Be honest.
That would.
I just want to fuck you.
Yeah, that would completely.
That's it.
I feel like free you up from so much of unnecessary drama.
I want to talk to you. I want to hang out with you sometimes. You can't spend the night. I want to fuck you. That's it. That's it. That's all I want to do. You know?
You know what's the worst part after a breakup? When you're like trying to forget and shit just comes back.
Like
shit
what?
Remind you. Songs, things in your crib.
You know
things
what
see.
does that to me? Perfume.
Perfume smells.
Scents.
Smells. You're right. There's certain perfumes and it reminds me of certain women in my past. I'm like, oh man.
Dog, like there'd be moments like, let's say if I'm walking and a female passes by with the same perfume, I'll smell it and I'm like, damn. I get a moment, like a real emotional moment where I think about that, and then I get horny because I'm like, damn.
I mean, I think that's almost natural, and it's like, it's funny, like Cosi, before we started the show, we was kind of like figure out where we wanted the show to go, and I was sending him a bunch of topics, and a lot of topics I was sending him were like thinking about your ex, being in your feelings, all this kind of shit.
Kirby's getting vulnerable,
and it was because yesterday I was driving around and I got into mad R&B, right? I get into mad fucking R&B. And it just made me think about certain people, like certain situations or whatever and shit like that. And just like being in my feelings. And I wanted to like pose a question to you, like, what is it? Let me actually like this. When a friend of yours, let's say, I'm put a friend of yours is going through a intimate, dealing with a breakup or something like that, and they're in their feelings. How, what's a good way to support that person, that friend? Like, what do you do for that friend? Do you like? Is it meaning? Because I want to bring it up, like, because I don't want to feel like guys either feel like they can't talk about this with their boys.
Yeah.
I want people to guys to have this open conversation. Like, when you in your feelings, what's that like? Yeah,
absolutely. From experience, I went through a major breakup, and my niggas was there for me.
Yeah.
My man, like really, they would sit there and listen to me like vent. They would listen to me talk. They would listen to me theorize, and they would listen to all my hypothetical ideas about what I could do, what I did wrong in a relationship, what I could do to get the person back, because I wanted the person back.
Yeah.
So,
and those are real deep. Sometimes like people don't understand. Sometimes those conversations you have them with your friends, that those are the ones that like you really grow from.
Those are solidifying conversations.
Yeah. The
people that are with you when you go through trauma are the people that you bond with stronger.
Yeah.
Once you come out on the other end, that's why coming out on the other end of that trauma is important, because you then realize that you had great relationships all along, But what I will say is that the way that you support somebody is not exposing them to what you want. Expose them to what they want. And in order to do that, you have to have a real conversation. So, like, if you're going through a big breakup, I'm like, okay, so bro, what's the plan? Like, if he says I don't know, you listen. Like, hey, listen, man, do you want to get back into the game right now? Do you want to take a moment? Because you also got to understand, like, as a friend, you are an enabler. You are either an enabler for them to progress and develop and move on, or you could be an enabler to hinder them.
Yeah.
And it's our responsibility to assess what our friends need, because that's how we are the best friends.
And I feel like it's important, this conversation with amongst men is important just to have, because I feel like it can, a friend might want to get open and vulnerable, but he might get made fun of, right? Or not get any serious real answer. Oh, why you being a bitch? Let's go fuck these bitches. Yeah, fuck out of here.
They gotta get new friends, bro.
It goes into like, it's like that quote, each one teach one. I think if us men just are open to have these conversations, say, yo, bro, it's all right. Like you said, yo, what's your next steps? What you want to do for the future? Like, all right, cool. Maybe fucking these bitches right now may not be the move right now. Like, let's figure out how you can move forward. And so, I just wanted to bring this topic up to let people know, like, having these conversations amongst men needs to happen more, and has to be more about the emotion than just the rushing immediate.
Women are having them. Women are having these conversations.
100%.
Like 9 times out of 10, a woman is gonna vet her decision making by at least 3 of her homegirls before she fucks that first dude. Like, before she like, yo, listen, I'm gonna fuck this guy tonight. You co-sign, girl. It's been long enough. Get that dick.
Yep.
Like,
unless he got a big dick, you'd be like, girl, he had a big dick. I don't give a fuck. I was fucking him.
That's a fact. They listen. They get all the fun.
I listen to you, girl. Fuck
I think we gotta stop shaming emotional intelligence as men. Men shame emotional intelligence.
I think you put it right on
where
the
where they get into this place where, like, if your friend is like, oh, you talking that bitch shit, you like, why you gotta, like, come on, man, let's just stop being girly, stop being, and it just gets to this point where it's like, yo, dog,
I'm a human fucking
let's
being.
be real for a second. You're hiding behind this wall of masculinity. You feel me? And I get it. I understand it. I come from the same culture. I grew up in the same environment. The only benefit that I have, is that I grew up around enough women for me to take that from them and try to pass that on to the people that I surround myself with. You want to know what the common theme is amongst my friends? The common theme amongst my friends is that they grew up with women. That's the common theme, really, and that they understand that. And listen, I don't want to get too deep into it, but the reality is that if you didn't have that benefit, the friends that are around you when they do decide to be vulnerable, what you should do is open up your mind and your ears and open up your shoulder.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? So like that's really
Nah,
it. Stop shaming emotional.
I think you said it right.
Men.
Like shaming. I think what you said is on the money. Like shaming emotional intelligence, and I mean that's why I'm glad we're doing the show and why we talk like this is just to like. I want to have this conversation. I want to keep having this conversation more and more and moving it forward. Like, yo, it's all right to be in your feelings, bro. And I was gonna bring up like just to lighten up the topic a little bit, like, you know, your take on like dudes that be in their feelings, but in not the right way, like in a real bitch way. Like, yo, bro, like people who are niggas that are jealous, motherfuckers that are haters, or like they seeing you grow and they're like, yo, you in your fucking feelings right now, bro. Like,
yeah,
like tell them man to fuck up.
Yeah, no, that's facts. I mean, there are a lot of people that are like that. People that don't know how to put their dreams into motion.
Yeah.
And they see you doing the same thing, and then they harbor resentment. They secretly don't want to see you win, or they don't support you in your endeavors. And I've encountered a lot of that shit, man. And it's really sad. I'd rather encounter it now than you ride along with me and then fall off.
Yeah, that's always
the crazy thing is we're harsher with men because of that, because we know what it is to be men, and we're harsher with our own people, right? Yeah. But the thing is about it, when we see women do that too, we be looking at them like they clowns also. Oh, so it's not it's not a gender thing. It's like we say we act like bitch because that's like it's a hyphen euphemism, I guess, for it. But the reality is that when we say that, it's universal, because bitches be doing the same shit where they be hating bitches that be hating on other women. It be men that be hating on other men, and at the end of the day, all that comes from is lack of work ethic, right?
Insecurity.
It's insecurity. It's deflection. They got the issues within themselves, and you know what I do? All I do is I be like, listen, I feel for you, bro.
Fuck on my face.
Yo, yeah, but y'all said something really. The emotional intelligence part to me is really funny, and it's ironic that we had talked about evolution before, right?
Yeah.
Like, let's try to become emotional Homo sapiens.
Yeah.
Whereas everyone is as men, we're so stuck on being emotional Neanderthals.
Yeah.
Like, we want to be like strong, and we want to be this, and we want to be this, not realizing that it makes us look less developed.
Yeah. We look primitive, like cavemen.
Yeah. Because like we have 3 basic emotions.
Yeah.
Happy, mad, horny.
Yeah.
It's like, bro, like there's so much more in between that, and you got to begin to flesh those things out.
Yeah.
Like we are layered creatures. We are layered individuals, and we all deserve to be able to express those things without fear of judgment and prejudice.
1,000%.
I agree with that totally. I had a quick little random question. Yo, is this might be a weird question to you, but is running trains a cultural thing?
No. I don't think that's a cultural thing. I think the term running a train is a cultural thing.
You think that's a
running a train is a hood thing.
Okay.
It's a hood thing. Like, you running a train on a bitch, that's some hood shit. Like, that was me, like, growing up in Marlboro Projects and fucking 3rd floor. We in the fucking back staircase running a train on a bitch. Like, that's not saying I ever did that. I'm just saying, you know.
Man, that was very descriptive.
You know what I'm saying?
That was bad descriptive, bro. That was bad descriptive.
Left staircase, 3rd step.
Watch the 4th step, because that shit might break on you.
Like mad OE piss. I'm just saying that's cultural shit. Like, that's hood shit.
Because I brought up like the terminology run a train to a white demographic, and they wasn't really getting terminology. And I started thinking like, is it like it? But that's what, no. I was saying
white people call it a threesome.
But in terms of like bringing multiple guys in with one chick, is that like a minority mostly thing?
No.
Or you think that's
no? I think
both.
Honestly,
you put it more.
I think it's more of like a white people
multiple
thing.
Dudes gangbang. I mean, is it gangbang?
I think it's just I think it's I think it's just a men thing, and the reason why I say that is just like this idea of like bunch of men mad horny with a bitch that's willing to give it up.
But do you see how? I don't know if you guys noticed what just happened here. Like, you peep the association with a threesome is always like positive. It's lighthearted.
Yeah.
Right. When it's men who are with a woman, it's running a train. Yeah. There's like a negative connotation to
100%.
it. Right. But then when it's 2 women with us, it's like heaven.
It's
right?
a good thing.
It's embraced. It's specific. It's like, oh my God, like this is the pinnacle. We should all be trying to reach this point. But is there a woman out there that's thinking like, oh, my pinnacle point is getting fucked by 3 people? But our fantasy.
No, there definitely is women out there.
I just think that society has shamed them enough to not be open about it.
Yo, Josh, how many girls have we known they want to get fucked by like 5 dudes, 5 dicks?
I keep it a buck. This podcast alone has opened my eyes to bitches that want me and Kirby to fuck them.
multiple dicks out there, bro.
I'm just saying, it's the options are there.
Oh,
and the thing is about it is that, like I said, society shames them enough to not think that that's like it's not okay, right? But here, and we're, like on that specific topic is that I think running a train is a cultural thing. I think that's a Black, Spanish, and hood culture thing generally, because it's like a running a train. First off, hood people generally, we just make ebonics out of everything. Like we just do. Like we make things sound less like, because reality, running a train is just two dudes fucking a chick.
When I think about running,
but we just made it sound cool and shit. Like we're running a
train makes you just think about it. Just a chick just bend over on a bed that's on the floor with
just waiting their turn.
With no
mattress on the floor.
No mattress, no sheets on top of it. Got a little stain in the corner and just
sheets as curtains.
And it's just a bunch of
greasy bottle of Vaseline on the fucking desk. Dust off to the side.
Yeah, you know, I picture, and this is for my people who grew up in the PJs.
And she got Tim's on.
And damn, beef and broccolis. She gotta have beef and broccolis on. You know what it is? Anyone who grew up in the PJs know this is the same room. The walls that be made out of straight metal. They be out of metal.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
They cold. Whenever you touch them, like see this shit ain't cold. Like they be cold.
Nah, yeah, Project Walls. Yeah, they made
and there be a computer table that's just drawn on. Graffiti on it everywhere.
Oh, one of those. Yeah, one of those.
That's just. I'm telling you, that's just
the computer that's mad crayon shit all over.
And there be a cup of noodle that have been there for like 6 days. Like it's just in there. So like, I picture that environment, like just a straight project room, like you said, mattress, no sheet,
mattress on the floor. But that's what I think about when I hear run a train. That's what I hear. I hear just a bunch of savages, with just Tim's on, a bunch of Spanish Black motherfuckers just going in, just ramming.
But I think white people do that too, where it'd be like two bros like get together, like fuck a white girl, man, you know, like, But I feel like the way that they look at it is a little different. They don't be like, oh, we running a train on this bitch, right? Like it's not macho. It's just like it's an experience, you know.
Experience.
I feel like white people are better at the finesse. Like it's free-minded, you know. You gotta liberate yourself. That is. While men were like, "Bitch, you about to
like, yo, you want
me and my man's dick right now?
You want to run this train or what? What's up?
Yeah, that's it. Like, you trying to get conquered or what? Like, that's fucked up, man.
It is fucked up.
It's fucked up.
Even across the board, when you look at homosexuality, it's also the same way as well too. Yeah, because women are allowed this freedom to roam and to experiment and to do their thing, and it's put in such this positive and endearing and expressive light. But then if a male does it, it's like
it challenges the idea of masculinity and societal standards.
Exactly.
We talk about that a lot. We talk about the idea of like what a standard should be. Neither of us. The thing is about it, it's hard for us to talk too deep into that because neither of us. We're both straight men, so I don't like to talk. I don't like to try to pretend like I really understand things too much. But what I do understand is the idea of the fact that yes, women are recently, because historically women that experiment were always ostracized in communities.
Yep.
Historically, like they listen to that old ass song with Run Around Sue. You know what I mean? Like there were songs about these chicks that be like they sounded sanitized back then, but when you listen back to them now, it was just them kind of clowning on a bitch for being run around. You know, like
yo. Speaking of which, real quick, I started getting into this is my old man shit. I started getting into the Twilight Zone.
I fuck with that song. That show.
Yo, so they got it on Amazon. They got all the
Which
episodes.
one? The older one or the Forrest Whitaker one? Which one?
Well, no, they got all of them. So from the first season, so I'm still in the first season. I haven't even seen Forrest Whitaker, but you said old school shit. There's an episode where this dude's in the show. He's this army guy and he's looking for his guys. He's like, Kyle, Bobby, Jimenez, where you at, Jimenez? And I'm like, Jimenez. And when you see the subtitles, it's Jimenez.
You didn't know what Jimenez.
I'm like, who the fuck is Jimenez?
What kind of name is Jimenez?
Jimenez. Just made me think about how old school shit people just.
When Jimenez finally showed up, what did he look like?
No, he never showed up in the show, but they were just calling him out. He was stranded on an island somewhere. They gave a Spanish guy just a name.
Unreliable.
You just got the name.
They just trying to say we don't show up. Did he die? So they got stranded on an island?
No.
He
was having a hallucinating about a past situation happening like 40 years ago in the past to whatever. But it was just he was just saying Jimenez. And I just picture back in the 50s, that's what Jimenez had to deal with. Yeah. Yo, Jimenez, man, get your ass over here.
We still got to do what the fuck you talking about. I don't give a fuck. You can mispronounce my name. That's fine. That's cool.
I don't think you could though. Your name is super easy.
Mine?
Joshua?
No, my last name. That's not his first. Jimenez is not a first name, dog.
That's true.
That's a last name.
But I guess because I heard Jim in the front. Jimenez. Yo, Jimenez, get your ass over here.
Come over here, Jimenez.
Yeah, it sounds.
Twilight Zone was fire.
Yeah, that used to be. That's my shit. I've been watching that highs. Do you smoke, Cosi?
Nah.
Not a smoker? Have you ever?
Yeah.
Okay. What's your thought on like weed smoke?
Um,
Honest opinion.
no. Weed smoke is cool. I mean, the smoke itself bothers me because I feel like people who smoke weed stink.
Got you.
Like you know what I'm saying? Like I don't like, and for me, we talked about the whole image thing, right? And me being conscious, I always had to smell good all the time, right? So I always had to have the best cologne on, this, you know, Givenchy, that, all that shit. So the weed smoke would just counteract that shit.
Damn, I feel like I do that too. Like I got like every cologne in the fucking.
You got to.
Everything.
You
like,
got to.
No lie. This is not no diss, but it's reminding me of them big girls that used to always just have mad baby or the lotion. I'm like,
For
I
sure.
used to love them big girls. They used to be like, I don't stink. I got mad lotion on me, girl. I be Victoria's Secret out lotion
I feel personally
and shit.
attacked. Supposed to relax.
Nah, now it's amazing that now you can smoke without
Like vapes and all that.
Yeah.
without with the vapes and shit. So I may revisit that.
I don't like. I agree with you. Like I don't like the smell of weed. I I like the smell of weed. I just don't like the smell of weed on stuff.
me.
Yeah.
Like I just feel like. And
when it's an odor that's in the air, like you walk into a room and you smell, it's like, but if it's smoked and you're here the fresh smoke, I understand what you're saying.
I think it's also an association. Cause like when I was in high school, I smoked in high school, but the thing is about it, the guys that used to run around school that smelled like bud automatically were the ones that were bums.
Yeah.
Like the ones that just like they walked in the room and they just like were always just high.
like the losers of school.
You look at them and be like, yo,
Yo,
your
you're
shoes
fucking
are not
loser.
tied right. Like you just looking crazy. Like you obviously you just dereliction of duty.
Yeah,
like
which that makes me think about like, damn, imagine what these kids generation are dealing with when kids are going to school. Like we used to deal with potheads. We deal with potheads.
Pills.
Now they dealing with pills, Zanny kids. So think about junior high school. You know, you seeing some kids like, yo, bro, you're a fucking loser.
my generation kind of. I came up right at the cusp of that. Like
It was just creeping for you.
yeah.
It was just creeping. Yeah, like
in.
I think the you can say the Vikes and shit like that was in. At the
Vicodins
time.
and Xannies were in.
But it's like now I feel like it's like imagine what these little kids are dealing with.
I just came up. You don't want to know what my high school generation was? Sidekicks and Blackberries.
Yeah.
I was in high school during Sidekicks and Blackberries.
So I was in high school during the Nextel
Nextels.
era. I was in the Nextel era.
I was in junior high school during Nextel era. Like I had an i730 in like fucking in junior high school, and then I graduated to a Sidekick 2 or 3 in high school. And I remember that was the first time where pictures can go circulated around high school. My dick pic got circulated in high school.
I remember you told me.
I remember that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you told me that.
that was the last time I ever sent a dick pic.
Yeah.
Last time.
No wonder why you're so traumatized about that.
I'm not traumatized. I mean, I
Well,
send
meaning
dick
like
snaps.
no. Well, meaning like
you know.
Do you currently still send dick pics?
Nah, I really don't. Because the thing is about it now is just that I just want to fuck you. Like I ain't trying to play these games.
don't play that. Don't play that.
Why?
You know why? It's because you're fucking paranoid, bro.
I'm definitely
Paranoid.
paranoid.
That's like the main one. You're paranoid.
I'm paranoid generally. Like generally, I'd be paranoid as fuck.
No, I don't want to be trying. Yeah, you know, because I'm just trying to tell you, you're trying to fuck. No, man, you just fucking paranoid.
All right, thank you.
You're just paranoid.
I'm just paranoid.
you don't want that dick to get exposed out
I
here.
definitely don't want my dick to get exposed. The thing is about it is that you want to know. I thought about this, right? Because I got a lot of shit on my phone. And I got a lot of shit on my phone. None of it's on iCloud. So any motherfuckers are trying to get me. You can't get me. But if it does, what I would do if someone hit me with an email like, listen, you're going to do this or I'm going to expose it. I'd be like, expose that shit,
Expose
dog.
that shit, right?
Expose that because I ain't never recorded something that I didn't think was flattering
cool,
for
right?
myself. All right? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Fuck it. Do it.
This shit has been self-vetted, man.
That's it. It's been
I
vetted.
like to ask guests, how you feeling about, you think you would ever get exposed? Meaning, and the reason I ask, have you sent so many dick pics out that you think like, damn, I might get exposed in the future?
Nah.
You think your dick, it's been low? You feel like
Yeah,
you
it's
sent it
been
to
very-
just a very few women that you could trust?
Yeah, it's been very like.
Okay.
you
Oh,
know.
you're better than Curb's definitely getting
Yeah, I'm
exposed.
definitely getting exposed.
Yo, Curb.
Once I get like 1 million followers or something, it's
I
happening.
think we're gonna wind down this podcast. I think this is where we wind down. I'm ending on that note.
Oh man,
Oh,
what a
yo.
good show. What a good show.
Yo, Cosi,
Yo.
you got any drops? You got anything to shout out?
Plug all your shit.
Oh, yeah,
Plugs.
man.
Any
Any
last
plugs.
words? Anything you want to talk about?
Nah, first, I just want to say thank you guys for having me on the show.
Appreciate you.
Reciprocated energy was appreciated.
Absolutely.
To the listeners, I hope that I held up my end of the bargain.
Yes.
Hope that I was able to give you guys insight into what it's like to be a big nigga. If you're interested further, you can check me out. See how I transitioned into
I
that?
seen that. That was a nice segue.
Yeah, so if you're interested in moving forward, man, with me, let me know. www.runthetape.com. Connect with us on IG, Instagram, Twitter, all that at Run the Tape Pod. Unfortunately, we don't talk about dick sizes on my show, but we do talk music amongst other things, and we have some great guests. So tune in. Look forward to hearing from you.
Yeah,
Yes.
man, support that. Support that.
Run the
support,
tape
support.
pod on Instagram.
Support
my dude Cosi.
Check out
man.
my boy Josh was on that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
man,
I
it's a
was
good
on
episode.
there.
Yeah.
I think I may have called chicks meatloaf or something.
Pot roast.
I think I said
That was
bitches
funny.
that wear like bikinis that be strings
Too
look like
small,
pot
yeah.
roast. That's
Twine.
It's just disrespectful.
Of course you would. Of course you
did.
would. You know what time it is, guys. You know we get into the end of the show, so you know it's time. I want to change the segment name for the show. I don't want to call it quote of the show.
Kirby's quotes.
I got maybe Kirby's quotes, or because now it's quotes I give. It's always like some positive vibe. But I'm figuring this shit out. But you know it's that time. If you want to find me, you know you can find me at Kirby's Cups, KERBYS Cups. If you want to get lit or hear me talk some shit. So for this point of the show, the quote of the show to get you right, I just got 5 words for you. What are you waiting for? That's the question I have right now. What the fuck are you waiting for right now? I know you probably listen to this and you're like, yo, I could do a fucking podcast like these two motherfuckers. That shit can't be that hard just to sit here and talk shit. Well, you can. What the fuck are you waiting for? I know you might be looking at that chick over there like, damn, man, I wish I could talk to her. I wish I could talk to her. What the fuck are you waiting for, man? Your dreams are out there. You think about them every day. I know every morning throughout the day you might think of like, damn, I wish I could be doing this. I wish I could be doing that. Well, what the fuck are you waiting for? Get to it. Stop fucking around. Get to your dreams. That's all I gotta say.
That's a fact. I know right now you may be thinking, Safari did it with his hairline? I can do it too. What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for?
We love y'all. We appreciate y'all, man.
Love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Yo, rate and subscribe to podcast, Talking Shit Podcast _. Follow me at Mr. Phase Funk. Rate, subscribe, review, man. I love y'all. Y'all been appreciating us. Also, patreon.com/Talking Shit Podcast. Y'all been doing great. Y'all been really supporting the movement. Hopefully, we can get a live show for y'all. If y'all really, go on the site.
We're gonna make it happen.
Help us out. Support.
You know what I'm
Support
saying?
us.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
We're poor. I'm just saying. We're poor.
Well, you getting $80 for a haircut, nigga. You ain't poor.
I said it's my money. All right? I might be selling dick like wax.
Oh, that's a whole nother thing. Go to the last episode if you don't know what we're talking about.
Listen, hold on. I don't want to give unrealistic expectations. I don't got enough dick to sell. All right, we going into this track. This is my boy
What you
again,
about to play?
Zello. I'm playing Sean. Let's say some
play-
Zello.
let's
He got
play some shit.
man. Let's play this shit. This is my man's right here, man. I fuck with him. This is him and this dude. This is Deserve Better by Zello XL featuring Remy Ruger. Let's play this shit. This is kind of tough. He just did the hook and he rapped on here too, but like
I'm getting a little tight as fucking Zello's unfinished
I'm trying to support
music.
him. I'm supporting
No, I'm
him.
getting tight as unfinished music
This
though.
finish.
Oh, okay.
I cannot lie, deserve better go and get your skimming ass out of here.
Okay.
I cannot lie, deserve better go and get your reaching ass out of here.
Okay.
I cannot lie, deserve better go and get your broke ass out of here. I cannot lie, deserve better. I cannot lie, deserve better. I cannot lie, deserve better go and get your scheming ass out of here. I cannot lie, deserve better go and get your reaching ass out of here. I cannot lie,
He's got a little bounce to it right here.
broke ass out of here.
It's not like what he normally does with the harmonizing because he sings normally. But this is tough.
Get to the bag and I run it up. Last summer try to cover it up. This summer I'ma fuck it up. Zello want us, what the fuck is up?
Okay.
I'm off the Henny in a double cup. Shorty told me that she wanna fuck. Shorty dad
But I
got
right
a tummy
here.
tuck. No judge, I'ma fuck it up. She a light skin with a big Judy. That's a real booty, don't be fake to me. Real niggas ain't no snakes to me. Fair niggas ain't no jakes to me. I cannot lie, you deserve better. Come to the crib, I'ma get you wetter. I cannot lie, you deserve better. I cannot lie, you deserve better. I cannot lie, deserve better. Go and get your scheming ass out of here.
That's what shit you tell Shorty, give you whack head. Can't lie, I deserve better.
I deserve better than this. I deserve better. Yo, who was Chavez, man? He always he be talking about some sad shit in every song, right? He made this shit sound kind of gangster though. I cannot lie, I deserve better. That shit's kind of tough. I fuck with this, man. Yo, and his boy, the dude Remy, he gets something that's kind of tough. I'm not gonna front.
Just got some hit from your bitch. Told her adios, cause bitch, I deserve better. I just hopped in the coupe, cause that motherfucker swerve better. With the birds in the full sweater. Carefully watching my moves now. Plumbing, I put
His
my
Brooklyn
tools
shit.
down.
These
My
all,
phone
like,
block
Brooklyn
with a
cats.
full round. We got them nervous, Jersey to Baltimore. This shit is perfect. I-95 out the live in person. Running for check on the shorty deserve it, yeah. Too many niggas want handouts. None of you niggas don't
That
stand
shit I right there.
That was alright.
That shit was I right there.
It's tough. All right, hold on. 1 second.
Question is, why you talking shit?